well. Anchor Smash doesn't reduce the bonus damage that ET gets with his Spirit, but having damage block and Smash is a way to help offset that harass that ET. But we've seen a lot of Tides, the games we've covered.
S4 played the other day. We saw Old 11. Old 11 was incredible. That man, when he's in for a fight, he is in for the fight. The rest of the team better get there really fast.
Yeah, he's been doing a really, but almost every Tide I've seen has had pretty solid performance. There's a lot of cool dueling combos as well with Tide due to minus armor. It gives you some Roche capabilities. The general team fight advantage stuff that Tide provides is just really safe and guaranteed disable on a lot of heroes once you get Blink. And then there's almost always... So having 2 stuns right off the bat for EGs.
5 seconds.
Tinkerbands now from
Radiant's turn
worried
to
about.
ban.
Ember Spirit Band, that's something he's successful with on Abed. They have a pretty good win rate with that so far. And if you do have a playstyle where you want to poke the right team fight, Ember is.
A lot of skill.
10
hero.
seconds.
So it makes sense that they want to remove it.
They had like an amazing game today, and then I saw them playing a different match later on. Don't remember. I think I didn't get to see that game that I'm.
Radiant's
it's still a pretty good carry. Not the most broken in the world, but not like it was a month ago. I really was disgusted with, let's say, a month ago.
The amount of damage that they could output was insane. I think
while also farming super.
Right, ESL Fall was like insane. Watching this hero just suddenly everyone was
10 seconds remain.
Perfect builds. You go with males, you go with crits. Yeah, I'm glad to see it. That's a little not in this game as well. I'm interested if OG might go for that Legion command as a support too. And that's very fascinating.
They picked 4 times in 3 support, and they won every.
I think one was tops and mid with it, which is very close to my heart because you know in SA that is the common thing that you'll see is a Legion commander just me mid goes right out.
It's a fun one, yeah, for sure. It's because you get so many more levels. It's a slightly different play style. You're closer on the map, so it may be easier to.
10 seconds.
They protect themselves on the EG side by banning out Slark. Very good hero against some of those offlaners. So Slark is gone. Would have been good with him. Oh, but OG's gonna go for a Hoodwink, and now they're gonna get to see basically the whole EG draft without revealing much of their own. They could play Hoodwink as a core. I think I've only seen it as a support myself so far. But Topson classically did like playing it, but I'm not.
Very much a Soxa hero though too. Excellent with. I wouldn't be surprised. Again, it's a great patch. We're seeing a lot of flexibility. Many of the heroes could positions. So Magnus, we've seen No Tail rock that Magnus as a position 5 as well. So really playing some 4D chess right now, and also I'm sure there's a lot of actual team meta between.
Yeah, for sure. They're in the same group, so they've been playing a lot of the same teams. Maybe you can get some of that information as well to see what they did and how your opponents use that for planning. Well, if we do this, this is how they're going to react, and using that information, possibly outdrafting. EG here, gonna have to pick their next 2 heroes, taking their time to figure them both out. You don't necessarily want to pick the first one and then wait 30 seconds and then pick the second one. It saves you more time on the clock, but then your opponents have more time knowing.
Disruptor!
They're gonna go for a Disruptor pick first, and we'll see what they do. They've got 30 extra seconds now by grabbing that one. Doesn't reveal too much. Disruptors felt quite good from the games we've watched, actually. Pretty routinely gives you nice advantages in some of the... Especially against mobile hero Magnus, or being able to guarantee that they're locked down and you can
lanes are starting to shape up a little more now that Invoker picked up as well as the Disrupt. But OG responding very, very quickly. They know what's here. And this is something that I thought was really interesting. Having a discussion this morning. Hair and makeup done with Mr. Avo Plus. Wonderful fella. And
he's good at hair and makeup too.
Oh yes. Have you seen him today? His style, his fashion, like a bright pink jacket, very eye-catching. But we were discussing, differences.
5 seconds.
Evil geniuses, they tend to be very know that they're going to gain control of the map very, very early on, or at least they like to. Not necessarily, going for an all-in push strat, but they just have really good control. OG, on the other hand, controlled chaos. You're never sure where they're gonna go. EG, I'm sure probably aware of this, considering, they're one of the best teams in the world, but it's always a guessing game when you're playing up against OG, not only for how they're going to lane things, because face that Thompson does crazy things all the time. No-Tail likes to be very flexible. But also, they don't necessarily play the map the way that some... Right? It's a mind
10
game.
seconds remain.
Yeah, and that's very important because most teams now are, basically all teams now are very good at restricting and only show some heroes, and everyone else wants to stay off the map pretty much all the time. That way you have to play a guessing game. Where do we really think they're getting? A lot of teams are great at scanning those out, but if you just play aggressive at various points on the map, who's not behind you, your opponents a lot of times have to just respect it and be like, well, you're there, you're playing aggressive, there's a good chance that your team's behind you, and then they gank somewhere on the map, the other side of the map instead. So it really just makes you split resources and makes your game become less. Certainly one of the reasons initially at the first TI was those extra deaths that happen sometimes. They can be worth it.
Can I tell you my favorite Eternal Envy?
He is a little chaotic for sure.
Hilarious. There was a game that I was doing, I think it was casting with Jenkins, and he was playing a bristle back, and he went top to gank, and he dies. And then like a madman, kept going top. Jenkins is like, who does that? Who fails a gank and then goes back again to try to get, like, it's just like, you know, we talk about chaos, we talk about mind games. It's very important. And because he's just so unpredictable, you know, 50-50, it causes a lot of people to, you know, reevaluate, like, how do we play against this guy? Because he doesn't make sense.
Yeah. All right, last pick from here. OG's banning out 2 carries, so they're expecting the monkey port. It's fairly likely. They did round out with the Juggernaut, which is pretty effective against Tidehunter in lane. You just have to get him a bit lower, then you go for the spin kill. And Anchor Smash doesn't work through Blade Fear anymore, so that's pretty nice to go for them. And they're gonna go for Shadow Shaman. I don't think I've seen any other Shadow Shaman caught so far, but this is gonna make it easier for them to take towers. Monkey King is either carry as a result. He's gonna be likely against a Magnus. It's gonna be a little bit rough for Mag, but you can always. Or Hoodwink can cover you, so I think it's not gonna be too bad for OG in that lane setup. But Shaman does give them some really nice disables to help them disable Jug as they're about to team. If they do that, it means that they're going to be able to disable follow-up, probably kill Jug. But now because of their support duo, they're like 2 squishy guys that don't have Clockwork looks real. And how does this change things up? Basically, no difference other than Thompson going to be playing Hoodwink. That's the big difference maker. Mid Hoodwink. I haven't seen anybody else play Core yet. Maybe it's happened, but I'm excited to see how he does. Probably going to see your typical like Axe build that they transition into, but other than that, I mean, it's all fairly squishy, disable heavy supports on EG's side, so maybe a BKB for Thompson is the other thing. BKB is great against Invoker, against Tide, against Disruptor Shaman, so maybe gets BKB to protect himself a bit, but they're going to have Mag Jug. That's going to make Jug feel way better. He doesn't have to do this like sort of slow Maelstrom and Manta kind of build. I like OG's draft, but EG's has a lot of good potential. Well, if Jug gets a bit behind, I feel like they're going to put pressure on the map. Monkey King carry. Tidehunter farming very aggressively. Ports putting powers. Grabs. Gonna be a really good game.
Sure. I'm interested to see, too, the way, you know, we do have that Empower that sub will be able to nail. I'm interested to see how OG... There's 2 ways of running this. You can have them just have Sumail off on the side, doing his own thing, and then have the rest of the team create that movement. Or do you play nearby and you have him join it early?
That's a good question, especially for OG historically. When Ana rejoined them, was very often looking for kills and just to rotate over, drop a healing ward, walk over, do a spin, then go back to farming. He might end up playing near them a lot, but the fact that he has a Magnus makes me... Like, he's going to want to stay near Seb to get him power once in a while, of course, but makes me assume he's going to hit creeps a little bit more abundantly, especially because he's effective if he can spin first.
First lines have begun. It seems like everyone's very excited. We get to have fun dropped by No-Tail. Was just the birthday boy as well the other day, so he's got to be feeling very excited.
First TI with birthday. I can relate to that a bit because in August, so it was like almost most years during TI, it's like my birthday flaps in there somewhere.
Oh, really?
But now that everything's different, it's like they get this new special birthday
TI birthday.
Scrimming all day, watching replays, practicing. The best birthday you can have.
I mean, let's be fair. A lot of these guys, a good birthday for them is scrimming, staying in the room playing, you know, maybe getting through the...
match like
winning your scrims, the best day.
That is. feeling good when you win. See, also, like, just see that whole line of green. Good.
Alright, positioned right now, just maybe spot lanes. They're gonna block crit with this observer ward, so they can maybe anticipate start, but everything looks normal on the EG side, everything normal on the OG side. A little pressure though.
A little bit of pressure over onto Ice. Doesn't concern, but No Tail making use of that battery assault, getting a couple whacks in.
That was definitely worth it. Gush back here, Crit's maybe gonna give him a little zap on the way. Slaps, but good harass for Clockwork Cluster. Alright, trying to get into Arteezy's mind right here.
Yeah, right. That must be so...
Yeah.
Absolutely. Man. You know what it translates to?
No idea, but I see that winky emote they're using with it.
Sassy. Alright, so we have a matchup of Thompson and Abed. Middle lane.
In the side lane, looks like Ice
Ice
might
is
be going
sitting
down.
so very low already.
That was No Tail running and going for the battery salting. He's doing a great job harassing Ice. They don't have a salve on crit. They spotted this earlier, I think, with the observer ward. Maybe this is why No Tail went for that early trade, because he's having to tango up. Hurting him a lot.
Taking a lot of damage early on. Soxa also sitting a bit low. Seb has already started those mind games. He's thrown out the high five.
The Gush bottom on No Tail.
Gush bottom. Crit. Trying to run away here. We'll throw out a couple more slaps. No Tail sitting very low.
This is really good what No Tail's done, though. He's gotten their HP so low that now Sumail's spin is actually a big threat. So that's why Ice has to play safe. Ice just getting his second last hit. Sumail's at a massive 5. I don't think they're going to be able to recover from this advantage.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was wondering. I saw that he was sitting low. I figured he probably wants a free trip. No health, no mana left. Not really going to be able to.
Yeah, very important he gets on the map. More regen this way. He'll be able to bring back here. Doing his best to deny Sumail, but get some. So far, everything looking alright for both teams. Way behind because they don't want to contest against Sense. It's like the one lane that EG has a pretty decent melee hero. It's not going to feel. So being able to separate him is great. Soxa is going to be denied. In fact, Fly didn't head over for this. This is going to be a big experience advantage for the starting lane. They're doing the same thing, so they're also going to deny Greenway experience if they pull the whip. So they'll go even here. Both teams happy.
A lot of scrapping early on here. No first blood just yet, but you can tell that they definitely mean business, especially No Tail just continuously trying to just interrupt anything going on over on the side between Crit and Ice.
Thompson might be going for a kill in the mid lane pretty strong, but it's kind of low here. He did just use his Acorn shot, just trying to health in a really low point, but the fact that Thompson's full regen and Abed is not, going to make it hard for Abed to keep hitting last hit.
Oh, No Tail is going to be the first blood. Ice has had enough of this little robot. Gonna take him out of the lane, so he's gone back to the fountain for the second time. Not this time of his own.
Tough one. Clockwork does a lot of damage, but he's not the most survivable. Raw HP on him. Dalman has a lot of damage. Having to worry about Gush is big. On the bright side, it's not necessarily massively further. He's ferrying out mangoes and things like that just to make his laning stage good right now. And that's kind of what he has to do.
Surprised that we're not. I guess you kind of need to stay in the lane now, but would like to see some of these stacks being made for Ice because he has been having a little difficult amount of harassing out to him.
I think Sumail just glyphed just to deny a range. That's how much he cares about little margins. I'm watching him go for this last hit that he wanted so bad, and he glyphed it right from right to deny. There's the spin damage coming in.
No Tail trying to get into position, has the battery assault on Crystal. Moving back though. Continue with these hits.
This is great. Really good damage.
Oh, this is a little bit spooky right now for Crit. He's gonna go hold out the shackles, but got the healing ward up and running.
Because Crit didn't have any more regen, actually. He just brought himself a Windlace. So now he's half HP. He's got a nice wand, of course, and there's a Ring of Health on Tide, but they're, again, kind of winning the regen battle in this little trade of duel. So it's going fine for them. 20 last hits now on Sumail, 16 on Tide. Some small marginal advantages, but it's a big deal in some...
pulling of the wave in that top area. Bottom lane though, no tail again with battery assault. Sumail clicking away, does have the spin, trying to get enough damage over onto ice, but still not able to go. Oh, there it is. There's the cogs. This is a very dead Tidehunter. Gonna go over to no tail.
It was close. He almost jukes the spin there, but they're able to catch up with the battery assault, get the great cogs with both of them stuck inside, so ice goes down. 1k advantage to OG right now, which is pretty severe. It might be on that edge, so maybe it looks a little bit more extreme. Good start for them in the
quiet time over lane though. Their levels, getting their last hits. Right now we're looking at Thompson 27 and 9 and Robert at 5, so fairly even. I'm interested though to see are we going to see wait, oh, flies through. Sniped here. Are we going to see, you know, these rotations coming out fairly early, do you think? Or is it going to just be the Invoker just sticks in the lane the entire time? They try to send someone over. Okay?
Yeah, a lot of the games we've watched recently, there hasn't been too many, but this is a good game for Thing. Another spin going on Ice in the bot lane. Just, it's a level 3 actually, so pretty good amount of damage here. No tails gonna change it up. It misses his cogs, unfortunately, but hey, back to Ice, more damage.
Turn off some of it, they'll turn around with a shackle. Ice though will back off as Sumail is there with the healing ward yet again.
Little mana expensive, you do want to force Jug to do this.
Radiant's mana tower is under attack.
You go this way.
Thompson blinking away over a fly, will throw out the kinetic, but has a bushwhack.
What I take it.
Couple more clicks to do it, throws out the acorn, so as the vision stocks coming in, and that's a dead fly. Oh, in the bottom lane, Ice gets caught in the cogs yet again. Mail collecting the kill this time.
They are just pressuring here. Really nicely done by OG so far. That's going to be an EP that does land on Thompson, but spends his mana right before it gets burned. Amazing, he's doing fun, but
the rotation here from Crit. He's got the shackle. They even bring the disruptor to make sure that this little squirrel gets kept in the cage.
Great rotation. 2 points in Hex there for Crit, and really solid gank. That's
Dire's top tower is under
That's the rotation value from these. Disruptor's not the best at rotating, but obviously Sean. Great base damage, good disables, and he's able to get there and put wards down all the way too.
It's a little bit too fast here, but you know who's nearby? It's our TZ.
Did I interrupt?
And he says, I will take that, although it still goes over to Fly. We do have some nice stacks being built though over here on the side of OG.
The Radiant scan
very aware of.
To know Dire's presence.
There. I guess Jug's gonna kill with Empower, that's the goal. He's gonna go for a Yasha build. You can get away with this when you've got an Empower offliner. Spin for Harass on Ice, just to lower him down. But he's got Hood now. The instant Hood rush to lower the spin damage that Jug can deal. Otherwise he just gets zoned too easy. Bit of mana, a wand here and there. Just has to play defensive. He is struggling. 24 last hits now compared to Sumail's 46. Jug really paying off here with the clockwork as well. Oh, there's the Omnislash bottom too, but it jumps to the neutral. It's a little unfortunate.
Unfortunate for Sumail. Ice though is still climbing away, and we do have another whole little fight going on as Soxa is trying to run out here. Nice boundless landing coming out from Artillery. Not sure they're going to continue to follow though. And this is what I wanted to see. I wanted to see, now that Fly has noticed that they have all these stacks, I would almost like to see them maybe rotate up the Tidehunter. Maybe not just yet, but definitely take it as together, because he's having some difficulties in that lane. These are some bad stacks, like you said.
That problem though is that Tide's like the only guy that can take it, but it's his skill build. He's got 3 points in Kraken Shell because his lane is so hard. They can't easily do this, so yeah, Seb's gonna take it himself with help from Thompson. They both have Empower, but they're just trying to get this clean. Get the gold, get the experience, and more importantly, the neutral items. Getting them all in that first minute period after they spawn is a nice.
I always like the neutral item pinata when you take a camp that's been stacked a couple times and they all just pop out all at once. Satisfying.
It's basically like giving everybody on your team bracer at the start of the game, and sometimes it's even powerful. It's regen, it's mana regen. Those kinds of things end up meaning you don't have to select consumables anymore. Thompson again getting in here.
There is little hope for Dire's.
Still being a little aggressive. Dire team scanning. They know that No-Tail headed over here.
They have great wards. If you look over in that middle lane there, you can see they've got the back of the tower covered and they've got the front area. So any sort of movement coming out from the side of OG.
Under attack.
very, very in the know about it.
That could have been just
I'm not
that
opposed
they're
to
worried about
taking
No-Tail's
occasional
rotations,
bounty.
most likely. 'Cause that's going to spot rotations between mid lane and the bot lane. So Topson and No-Tail both covered with these water
Dire's
boards.
top tower is under
Still a
attack.
small gold advantage for
Dire structures are
but it's not blowing up
fortified.
wide, so everything's fine now. Jug's going to be pressuring top tower by himself, though.
Look to their top
Maybe we'll see EG rotate now that they see some heroes on the map, but
is under attack.
for now, yeah, RT's going to rotate and defend that. Now that he knows the ward's paying off for EG.
Even though they want to try to secure this bottom tower on the side of EG, take away some of this advantage. See, Seb is digging further and further into the tree line with the skewer. There's so many heroes from EG, though. This is not looking good for Vec. They're all here, and they all want to just get rid of Seb.
Not much he can do about that one. He could have skewered and tried TPing, but Invoker's
There's too much
good
there.
chance he tornadoes that anyways, so they're still going to play in the area, though. But yeah, Sox is kind of...
Dire should look to their middle
Tails
tower.
also hightailing it out of there. Fly, though. They get held into place. Abed with the follow-up. Looks like they'll maybe get the kill. Yeah, they'll be able to get the kill on Fly. So a nice quick little pick off. Of course, going to walk right into Ice. So it's going to be a little bit of a delay here. Splitter going through the sharpshooter. The follow-up with the Ravage. Abed running for his life from Cement. Does have the Omni Slash, but they're just chasing after Ice. Sox will collect that kill.
Dude, those punches from Elder Titan were beefy. He's got 3 points in Astral
Dire's
Spirit
top
here.
tower
You
is
couldn't even
under
tell
attack.
that's a tanky hero normally on the Tide. Got damage blocked. Who cares? He's probably hitting for like 150. You're blocking 40 of it. And they end up not defending the tower, but they got a bunch of really crucial kills. I mean, No-Tail traded his life for the 5. That gets him more levels, gets him to 6 a bit faster. It's delayed slightly, but he's catching up. Hobson gets a kill as well on crit, and then they also, Ravage gets, I mean, that's 3 great pickoffs.
This opens it up a bit more here. For the side of OG. Now, Rascal has the Omni. You want to protect this mid tower, that's very important for that Roche advantage. They already lost the top tower. Mail was allowed to just kind of do his own thing while they were making moves below. Smoke coming out for the side of EG.
Just keeping it loose.
Great net worth on those two. Hobson's Hoodwink and Sumail's Jug both sitting equal net worth. So even though Monkey King basically won his lane, it just felt like to me like he spent so much time running around playing behind the tier 1 tower that maybe he just got less last hits.
Oh, the immediate spot though. This is a little squirrel that perhaps has spent too much time hiding over to the tree line because EG knew exactly where she was.
Yeah, they anticipated that one. They guessed or assumed somebody would be playing that area. Topson was hoping to get a cheeky solo pickup on our teeth, but massively gained impact. Instead, he's going to end up dying and giving Monkey a big network jump. Now they're equal in network. Kind of a big mistake by Topson, but excellent punish by EG.
I feel like this is textbook EG right now, the way that they're moving, the way that they're trying to gank.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Full control of the jungle area after you've taken safe lane tier 1. You keep 1 core, ideally the tanky guy near mid tower, because he's the hardest to dive and kill. He should be safe to make sure they don't get to tower pressure. And now, this just opens up a lot of area on the map for them. Surprisingly, Sumail, I assume maybe he would play opposite side of the map as well to be safe, but
Bottom tower is in danger.
they feel like it's too
They're
much pressure.
really going right for this pressure here. Thompson with the bushwhack. Finds himself a monkey. Ooh, the hook shot. Not going there.
Little too short. Could have been an okay grab there. Topson gets some follow-up on that, but did they miss it? No. Not even that much damage dealt to the tower, to be honest. They glyphed it. I thought it was going to be fine against the wards, but once the next creep wave came, not doing much. But I don't really blame Crit for going for that, because he's got Arcane Boots, so he had the mana, and it's not like they were going to get a great opportunity mid, so better to like force some rotations and get a little bit done here. But they're smoking. They're going to try to kill Topson here.
See, throwing out the Boundless. That gank in the other part though. Thompson, they drop the Static Storm, and they'll get themselves a kill on Thompson, and in the top lane, Sumail find himself a kill on Crit. Soxa getting the final hit on Arteezy.
Alright, pretty Topson, but they get 2 kills, so
Yeah.
they'll be really happy with that. Putting it on Jug. Thompson again, very happy to self-sacrifice, and despite these 2 deaths now for him, his net worth is still looking really good because his team has also done the right thing and ganked the monkey. His goes down, monkey goes down, Jug goes up, and with Empower, it's only going to get better as the game continues.
Fortification has been used in the mid. That's the reveal of the blink over on the ice. The shove back. He's trying to gain some of this nice damage, of course, using that hood, but it's gonna be just too much and overwhelm him.
They're not set up, so they get an easy grab due to the skewer back. Blink finished for Seb, and that's the power of Magnus. Pulls people out of position. Now the Fusel Blade's finished for Jug. He's queuing up Manta. He's already got 900 gold towards the last two pieces, so his trajectory is sitting so good here. He's not being greedy at all. He's not just skilling stats. That's in some ways not greedy yet. Doing is slightly greedy, but he's so far ahead in net worth. He absolutely just wants
for enemies.
Cares much about slight HP increase.
It definitely feels like the way that OG is playing. You know, I asked that question earlier. Are they going to be like sticking together and having all these like kind of scraps, or are they going to send Sumail off by himself? And it feels like Sumail's been very active, so.
He has, yeah. He's been farming a lot, but now his team's rotating to him to fight, and EG's just been waiting for Thompson to show in the bot lane again. This is like 30 seconds for both of them.
Oh,
He's gonna spot him now.
Yeah, they just go back, right back, shockwave, and it's a quick and easy kill.
Yeah, and that's what EG wants. That's why Fly started moving there, because he was trying to anticipate a gank that would come over and possibly. He gets killed, Abed's fine. That's exactly the move they want to make. But for once, Thompson read their play effectively and doesn't go in the danger zone. So now the gank goes on the other side of the map. If they were bottom, they're probably TPing away. Now he's going to run it.
Definitely scared, already throwing out the hex. Got the sharpshooter in place. Oh,
that combo is going to do so much damage because Natural Order is going to lower their magic resistance even further. So it's like this nuke that already is monster magic damage. It's going straight for Atos into Gleipnir on Hoodwink, so pretty easy to disable setup.
Abed baiting, no tail a bit here. They throw out the cogs. They've got the meatball, cold snap. Fear Vessel charge goes for the hook shot. Gonna try to see if he can stay alive, or maybe at least just make some space. And he's looking pretty good right here. No, but the tornado will hit its mark. And in the bottom lane, lose Seb. Well,
the big one bottom. Yeah, RTZ helping out with that. Fly committing ulti as well. They're smoked because they're trying to get the next fight happening. They've got one Boundless Strike hit left with Jingu Mastery, so if they can get there and start a fight like right
they're
now,
trying. They're
huge.
beelining it over there. They see Saksa. They want this Elder Titan. Drop the Serpent Wards.
Dire's
Like
top
OG
tower is under
not
attack.
keen on trying to defend this at the time.
It's impossible. No glyph. Still two heroes respawning, so tier 1 tower does fall. But 5k gold advantage for OG. Man, they are getting ahead. Now, there are some periods of the game that could be scary for OG, even if this net worth continues. Talking Cataclysm stuff, Invoker's got to get a lot of levels. He doesn't buy Midas, though. So his overall levels is going to be weaker. Positioning from Quaswex to Exort is going to take longer, and finishing his Ags is going to take longer, too. So, not the best position for EG to be in, if that is one of their win conditions, but at least RTZ's net worth is sitting pretty decent. Look at this, so Mil's just starting Roche.
Yeah, he just walks right into, but they do not have the RP available, though. It doesn't seem like EG's really keen on knowing what's going on there, just focusing on the side camps over here, so it could just be a very free Roche for them.
Yeah, maybe a little greedy for them, but hey, they've got massive damage on Thorgon. There's Sunstrike.
Sunstrike, they know what's happening in the pit immediately.
It's too late, though.
Following up with the healing ward, and like you said, it is definitely too late. Sumail's going to grab himself the Aegis.
When you start Roche this early, like, the damage you need deal, when your damage is like this oversized for Sumail like it is, it just gives him this opportunity to see early Roche. And all it took was a couple bodies and he get it, so. Another big pickup for Sumail, more gold for his team. In the meantime, EG was just worried about getting jumped on or picked off potentially in their area, and they just couldn't contest it. But they're behind in net worth, so it makes a lot of sense.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Atos
Radiant's bottom
now for
tower is
Thompson, so
under
that's even
attack.
more control that they're going to be able to add to these
Fortified
fights.
their structures against
That one's going to hurt Monkey a lot. He needs to move around and fights a lot, so if you can guarantee disable on him before he gets BKB, it's a big advantage. Either him or Invoker. Those nail.
I mean, Thompson has just been very, very good at realizing
Dire's
which
top
tree
tower
that the
is
monkey
under
can
attack.
be hiding in. If you show that lane, it's already...
I think that's another reason they picked Hoodwink, because you can get some nice flying vision with Acorn Shot. Bushwhack is going to catch people's structure trees anyways, so Monkey can be there. And now OG's just going to pressure the top racks while EG tries to play for this tier 2 that has frankly barely been touched. They drop another Serpent Ward to get some damage
They
in
can go home.
And yeah, EG's going to maybe get this tier 2, but look what they're losing in exchange for it. A lot of HP at the tier 3 tower at 19 minutes.
Is in danger.
Sure about this.
Dire's top tower
It's just gonna
is
die.
under attack.
They're moving over to setup.
I mean, they're trying. They're throwing out the deafening blast. The smell, yeah, just spins to win over here. Still has that Aegis. It still haven't taken the tier 2 bottom just yet. Ice trying to get into this position. Hook shot does not connect.
Could be better for EG to initiate now. No block can't get disruption light here.
But you're like, look at the positioning of Sumail and everybody else. They're sitting so far back. They're just letting him, you know, be the brave guy up front. He's got the Aegis, the hack, the force, right forward again, but you get a shackle. Crit just lets go. He's like, well, guys, I don't know what else I'm supposed to do here. I need someone else to come in with me. I need the rest of the team because we don't want to just blow some of these big team fight ultimates on just Sumail. Again, who has that Aegis? They're just literally watching him. On the side to say, oh, that's just a very dead disruptor. Sumail seeing this opening now, going to start rolling around over onto Crit. The Hex comes out, ice. Trying to get into position. Zev going in for the RP, but it's a beautiful tornado. Crit, no, they'll take down RT. The ice now having to move away. Zev sitting a bit low, no tail throwing out the cogs. They have the Gleipnir over on the 2 supports on the side of OG.
What an advantage now, and with some buybacks as well, the net worth goes insane. 12k advantage for OG at this point in the game. It's so difficult for EG to initiate on them, but with Thompson getting that pick off, now the rest of the game is looking pretty straightforward. OG's not going to stop. They've got 2 whole minutes left on this Aegis. Getting Aegis and then opening stuff just completely changed the game.
They haven't been able to touch Sumail. You saw, like, Crit, at one point he gets the shackle off, and then it just throws his hands up in the air like, well, guys, what am I supposed to do? I can't do anything else. They have 98% win rate. Percent hope. Oh, gosh, right into the backline, right off the Crit. They know that he is a big part of that. They'll follow up with the Ravage, but where's the rest of the damage? Where's the rest of the team? Bertizzi joining back in. Does get the kill on No Tail. Follows with the Boundless. They've already got Socks just running after it. Look at that damage! Oh my god, there was an RTZ there, but the that act, they just give up.
I'm not surprised. I mean, he had to get BKB because they've got to take this fight, but they've got an Elder Titan that's got Ags. He's got 4 points in natural order. So Monkey King walks in, 0 armor. It does not matter that you have lifesteal if you do not have any armor, because you're never going to win that trade. Never going to be able to take that fight.
And it clearly paid off because they are able.
Cuckoo, but now
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Amazing what you found laying around.
Nice burn.
The Dire scan, on the hunt for Radiant forces.
lizard chips too. I got plenty to spare.
Wanna play with that?
Hello.
Burns, doesn't it?
Haste.
Kill it, yeah, because there was an off sentry on the Dire, so they know they're there smoked right now.
One revealing what's happening. You know that they're over here, now gonna play underneath their own ward. White Album breaks the smoke, jump forward, hacks. Oh, a great stun afterwards. Finger of death, tried to blow it up. No more Pango. Continuing this fight now, White Album throws out the bow to give himself the run buff, but Cuckoo in the area has RP able to catch. So White Album will fall. T1 win a solid fight.
That was so greedy. I'm not sure why they went for that after. I guess they had more faith in XSS there, but he gets caught out before he goes for the big play, right? Before he goes for those the Rolling Thunder where he's just going up and chaining hero. If they don't have that in an engagement, it's much more difficult. Dude, excellent instant hex from Whitemon too. Because that just made the fight really weird for White Album. Like they didn't target him during the hex, but he could be EV after he wanted. But I think he's just gonna. Ooh, nice.
They got another one. Skewer out. Whitemon in some trouble though. It will end up falling, but they take down that kill onto the Snapfire. Buys back, trying to finish off this Roach, and it looks like T1.
He just got it with a spirit.
Arlam. Oh man, the old man still has some tricks. That was pretty good.
How much damage does that even do? It's like nothing.
Yeah, it was pretty good. You know, he's got the snipe powers.
He hit Roche for 25 damage and stole it. Like, come on.
Pretty good at Dota. So 13-10. That Aegis now for 23 Savage. It's going to make their game a lot more play. Question is, where do they want to go? Because it feels like it's consistently been Aster that have been the ones trying to make the aggressive move. And they get punished right there very heavily by going into an area with vision.
It's like they doubted that, no way they'll have a ward on the other pillar too.
Exactly.
You know, like, we'll just run in here, and it was very costly, not only snatching a gem, but also snatch all of that vision control now lost for Zephyr.
It's going to be a problem. But I guess my point with that is that it feels like right now T1 are much more happy to just sit back and wait for their item timings, and they don't necessarily even have to make an aggressive move.
No, they really don't. I mean, in the end, Lina, right, quite the carry. Like, you almost have this transition that can happen where 20 Savage won't be like the main damage dealer, but would also be like kind of this like brute force that's in the middle of things. Obviously, still doing a lot of damage. You have an Empower, but Lina transitions into just more and more and more heavy right-click damage, all firing in from the back. Then you're gonna have Zephyr with this Aghanim Scepter later, trying to heroes up and going into fights. Especially when we have a lot of burst out, right? Between like combos and the Pango just trying to finish someone off in a one Weaver Aghanim.
They are gonna make another smoke move now bottom. Before we get to that time, forget Ags and Monster. Still gonna be a pretty scary threat for Aster here. The lifesteal. Question is, do they down to take this? have to. Just trying to deny areas. Comfort zones.
Yeah, they're just calmly farming their way through. There is a
Middle
top.
tower is under attack.
Probably just go for that at some point, but you know, Monet has the same thought and has fully pushed out that as well.
Top tower is under attack.
Bugs get thrown, gets a little bit of vision. Not onto the ET actually.
Yeah, he's doing some gem drops here. Scouting, Zephyr.
Dave? They are going to be too far out. Getting what they can out of the map. Control the area. Power from that A. Now, you get some pressure on.
What's really good about these
Middle
little
tower is under
back and
attack.
forth that they're doing, one is that they have to stay clumped on Aster because the pickoff is just waiting. With
Right.
the Lion and then a Magnus that has like Core Staff and Blink and Horn Toss, right? It's so easy to get solo picks if you have. What I'd like to see with observers from T1, while they know that they have the
Tower is under attack.
not one available from Aster, I'd like to see them try and like get something near the base so they can spot when they're active.
That is a little bit surprising to me. Thought we might see like a AC or something coming out from 20 Savage, but Opti instead just go straight into that Satanic afterwards. Still has some pretty good armor, but he's going to be going back to the AC afterwards. It's something that you need as the game gets
Middle
later and
tower
later
is
against team,
under attack.
particularly for the rest of his team.
I think again it comes down to this idea of like the combo thing. Survive that first combo, like having that Satanic. I think it's pretty unlikely they can actually chain stun him fully. So then just like Satanic and you know, if there's no Halberd to stop you, obviously that could be an issue.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Outpost
attack.
Gaming, name that one, take down this tier 2, start to build up a little bit of that XP lead as T1 claim the entire map. Going high ground right here, he doesn't have that much time left on the stage, just only 2 seconds.
Yeah, the downside is that Monet's still getting everything during all of this. So that's why the net worth lead hasn't grown that much, despite 4 heroes sitting in their base. Monet's just farming everything.
Gonna back away with the rage now. About to expire, but got in some pretty good damage onto that tier 3 down there. Not bad at all.
Well, there's nothing more classic than a smoke out from this. Exactly what they're gonna do. Every single team. So T1's gonna know this as well. They might find a high ground and just camp on it, but you're gonna see the waves near their base, back up, and then smoke. Because that's how Dota 2's play. Oh my gosh, guys, look what they're doing. They're backing up and smoking.
How did you know?
It's a shocking thing that literally every team does after Aegis ends.
Dire are
Will they catch
spamming
anybody though?
enemies.
Zephyr
Please don't
there?
die to this. Zephyr knows. Like, he's trying to pop smokes.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing right now. He's trying to bait them. They're going on him.
Counter smoke, looks for it.
Oh.
Borax, the stun onto a bunch of them, but he went in a bit too deep down. 23 Savage backs away. XXS rolling, but the Infest trying to keep him alive. Mag
That's a
not
bad
able
play.
to do it. And then the stun afterwards, full control, tries to get to the low ground, but it won't happen.
Oh, every time.
How?
Of all the plays. Oh, that play. Oh, no.
They catch him, and BKB won't be enough. There's the Aeon disc afterwards as Carl tries to back away. Do they have any vision? Gem wasn't there, and Dust
And
not
missed.
quite on the mark, so he won. Get
Dire's bottom
punished.
tower
That is such a good place to
under
find a fight for a Pango, too. XSS must have just been thrilled, right? Right next to the river like that with the cliff, bouncing back and forth. Lifestealer pops out like a little confetti surprise pinata present. Blow him up, too. No use of the Satanic right there either.
Bobica, the Borax jump in scatter blast with the shard.
Yeah, that is the ultimate sacrifice.
That was amazing. That was very, very well played.
It was so chaotic.
Yeah.
It's not something you see very often. See them all just like split up like that. So there's the reload. Look at that! Like, what?
Whitemon barely able to get out of there before. It would have been a 3-person stun. Really
Look
quick
at XSS,
fingers.
though. That Infest, you're out immediately into the stun. Disarm, so no Satanic.
Played. Monet, the play cleanup. Again, if you are allowed to play as this Clinks and just hit away at heroes with the barrage and everything else, it's really good. And now, finding themselves an opening here, they blow up Cuckoo. Again, outside of the base. Not where he needs to be.
Dire
Man, Tango is so good this game. Like, only RP to stop you when you're actually doing your rolls and everything. And, you know, I'm talking, there is great pickoff on T1, undoubtedly, but it also exists on the side of Acer and most notably it's just free with roll up. You will die.
What can you do now? I mean, they're starting to take damage onto the tier 3 tower themselves. Aster, the last couple of minutes, completely blown this up, but there's the jump in. They want to find him, keeping him alive for the moment. The boat afterwards for the run buff, and just the runaway.
More Staff and Cookie. Very sneaky Ti10-Og Vs Savage to go onto that tree like that, so they didn't know, but now they're going for the chase down. Cuckoo's coming. He needs the help.
They're going to be able to find him for the moment. Lanham in trouble and going to fall.
I'd like to see them keep going. I don't want to see them slow down right now. There's the line drawn right now for Ti10-Og Vs Savage. So just go. Like, go into their Ancients right now. We have all our spells up. Oh, it's a giant Roche timer. Almost the full 3 minutes on this one. That is very bad news. This was a fast Roche. They might be able to like force a buyback out of the E. But instead, there's gonna be lots of time for Acer to regroup. XSS?
Just thinking about it, looking for an opening, goes for the roll. If they see this on T1,
Right, what is this scouting ultimate?
they're trying to find an opening. They can go again now. Oh, there's the win for the jump. Cuckoo's ready. Cuckoo gets envisioned. The Horde Toss pullback onto XXS. It's a big catch, but can they find the kill?
Oh, they
might be able to. There's the Cookie afterwards, trying to run out of there. The BKB, the slowdown. The Torrent is able to connect Cuckoo. The Torrent Storm afterwards, doing little jumps off to the side, looking for the catch. The Yules afterwards pulls him all the way back. Lanham, right click, RP, they get the kill. T1 falling across the map as Whitemon and Carl the only ones left, and Whitemon also about to fall. Barely able to walk out of there, pulling at the last second. That Spirit almost caught him, but Carl now looking for the cheese down. Oh, not quite able to connect with that LSA. But again, it just mayhem as what the mid and off lane ends up dying, and everything fell apart. But in the end, it's T1 that come ahead with the gold lead and the XP lead.
Yeah, and it should continue that way too because Alina's still up, so she's gonna be the only one farming right now, right? Like ET and Snap obviously can't get that much during this time of like the cores being dead. So this is really gonna put Carl like way up. He's gonna end like 800 gold ahead of the Clinks by the time he respawns right now.
Very impactful couple of moments here, and we're starting to see what you were talking about, this sort of glass cannon of a hero in Carolina, and just having Cuckoo create chaos, have the Lifestealer run in and make things happen, and sort of sit back and let good old Carl.
I'm not sure who Zephyr got the save on in that fight either. I heard it because Zephyr was at like 10% HP and he cast it on someone else, and I was like, wow, what a hero. I think he might have saved Carl. I think Carl might have been really low.
I think that the other thing too was that we were following basically the chase down of Monet, who basically got to do nothing in that last fight.
He almost got out of there too. Like,
Exactly.
It's a good thing Cuckoo had that chase down, and that would have been a complete disaster for T1.
Absolutely. Did it almost all on his own after the Lifestealer got interrupted with the Torrent Storm and everything else.
Yeah. Man, neutral time coming out here. Stormcrafter and Trickster Cloak. Relic as well.
Definitely need to get Savage up to that level 25 mark for that extra rage duration. With all the disable that you've got in this lineup from Aster that just happens casually, that rage is at a premium.
Especially Torrent Storm. You know, playing against the spell is so frustrating. Although it is really fun when you still does Rubik.
There you go.
That I will say. Talents, I mean, he's got Torrent damage.
It's really good. Hard to get it later on.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. We can go that late, right, guys? I mean, you guys like neutral items, don't you?
I think both of these teams like to go into the later stages if possible, particularly T1. Who sitting around with the ninja gear, that is a great pickup.
He actually bound for Acer, so coming into this next fight at a disadvantage.
Up again, we've seen this story before, and they're gonna run right underneath a ward yet again. Whitemon there.
He's ready with the blink. Knows it's coming.
Are they gonna
look
jump
the
on
way
him?
he's facing?
Yeah, they're ready. Spots Lanham right there.
No,
and the jump away. Now they know what's going on. Question is, Do Aster keep going underneath this ward again? The exact same thing that happened before. Oh my god, they're gonna do it. You guys are crazy.
I like how they're moving even further away from the pillar and just leaving Whitemon again.
Yeah.
So you got blink up, right, bud? Yeah, I guess. Why is this my job? It's you buyback. Oh, okay. That makes sense. It's Roach time, ladies and gentlemen. So this could be the game decider.
Dire's top tower is
On
under
bottom.
attack.
That's terrifying.
That is a good one for Carl to get.
They might just send in
Scanning for
23 Savage,
enemies.
the Magnus, force a fight just so they their own ninja side of Aster. A solo? Oh, sorry. I heard the smoke noise, but yeah, it's
20 on Zeph too. They've gotten where they need to be. Get a D ward there onto the well. Yeah, that armor reduction. Valiant coming out soon, trying to get towards the Solar Crest. This is a lot of value. And still just a separating the squad.
Double damage.
yeah, they're gonna need DD. Look how fast
Oh
it's
my
dying.
God.
It's dead. That DD.
It's done.
They didn't expect it. It's just gone.
Wow. Oh wait, they're going in though. The sleep is there.
doesn't have
Trying to
the
blow him up, but the save coming in with the time lapse. Oh, they baited that one out perfectly. Aster, or you get into a fight you can't win. Thinking about it, the control is there, but all the spells starting to wear off. They only lose Whitemon, and they're going to use Torrent Storm to secure the retreat.
So something happened there because Carl had an open slot but didn't get either. So I don't know if they actually wanted Shard on the Lifestealer because I kind of feel like the Lena Shard's pretty sick when you have a Magnus.
I mean, he wouldn't have eaten.
Oh, that's true. So what was I guess maybe he wanted the Aegis.
Yeah, probably.
Or well, unless he was panicking because like it was a fight. And
Yeah.
So he just just did it.
They're both just like whoever gets it. But regardless, I mean, 23 Savage is probably still going to be your tower hitter, right? Rage, walk up, start punching it away. That could be the way to do it. Minutes in.
I'll hurry my foe to a spike
Savage
lane.
playing very brazenly, just walking through the mid. This guy is
Okay,
crazy.
I know
Where's
you have
his
Aegis,
team?
but
Oh, Zephyr's there. Zephyr's there. They're fine, surely.
please do it. Do it, Cuckoo. Do it.
Oh
do it.
god, they're thinking, they're wanted to jump in, no, get someone the horn top, and then the RP afterwards, but 23-7 to see if the damage they need, LSA afterwards, all the control, blows up Monet, and can they find any more afterwards? It's a trade of one, pushes him up to the high ground. There's Carl, gonna get chased down, hides off to the side, LSA connects onto one, pulls it back in afterwards, and then the run through, dodges away from the Torrent Storms, looking for an escape, but Monet with the buyback, right on top. 23 Savage is in deep, they're just ignoring him, trying to kite him away, and slowly but steadily, they're gonna be able to find that kill. Whitemon jumps in front of Torvika. Nicely comboed there, but does he have a way out? No. 23 Savage dies with no buyback. This fight goes from kind of okay to a travesty for T1. There's 3 heroes dead with no buyback. They committed everything for Monet, and then he just comes back into the fight.
This halberd is the greatest halberd I've ever seen in my life. I don't know what is his White Album. He has like some sort of an audio cue, and
he's just like, nope, nope.
Oh,
Kill you all.
Got stupid hats. But one of the things I was talking with Fogged about is a lot of the sign
Radiant's
saying,
turn to
he's good for the laning stage, right? He's very good and able to kind of, put that harass out. But once we get into the later game, run into all these neutral items that are able to do with the spells. No problem for them. So it feels like right now Evil G place a lot of early pressure onto the map, but when you look at what they have too, they've got the D push over on OG, you've got, of course, the Treant Protector. I feel like that's going to be a bit difficult.
Yeah, they might not be able to like pressure towers really effectively, but their ability to like poke and skirm. You basically just want to maneuver and look for the right opening, and the moment that OG is about to be in a, that's when you go. That's going to stop even things. But what's really cool now about the OG draft is you got somebody playing a core, the IO tree, or or Tusk are hitting creeps. If I had guessed, I would say Tusk 3, which we did see Beast Coast play around with. And I went on this, like, it took about 15 minutes of the total cast time, but I talked about how cool Tusk Ags is, and you just never built the damn thing. This game, it's actually still a decent Ags game. They have dive heroes like in Monkey King. Tusk Ags legitimately is pretty, it's like a 10-second cooldown. The kick range isn't like half the map like it used to be, but it's very easy to cast now. It's not based on where your two heroes can choose the direction you kick. This is how kicks work,
10
guys.
seconds
Obviously.
remain.
But who's he kicking this time? You know?
Monkey King.
Redoubt
After Monkey King
turned
jumps
to
in,
bat.
initiates, pops BKB, you kick that bastard back into the tree. And yeah, he's going to come back because he's got good mobility. But if he dove in that way in the first place, Primal Springs,
Sure.
if it's Lycan, it's going to take him 2 or 3 seconds to run. It's legitimately good. If I don't see it one time at TI, despite Tusk being picked,
10 seconds
But
remain.
I'm
You gonna put something on
I'm
the line
also
with
bad.
that? Are you just
I'm
gonna say
mad and
that, or are you gonna
I-
actually like bet something here?
I'd
I'd be
dude?
mad and bad.
Seconds
Me
remain.
saying it on broadcast is already betting. What are you talking about? So
I'm just saying, if you were Kyle, you would make sort of an outlandish bet right here, right now.
no, people force Kyle to say and do.
No,
outlandish bets.
nobody forces him to say anything. Kyle just says things.
Kyle does Kyle, and
So
I
he
think
was
it's
running around naked in the snow.
allegedly. I didn't see it. Don't want to
You're-
see
be
it.
very
And if
lucky
it was
you
my
didn't.
mind, I would be.
Now that you all
Anyways,
have that beautiful image in your heads.
Tusk 3 is being dabbled with a bit. We saw Beast Coast play it. They went for a Treads, I believe, into Echo Saber, into Solar Crest, into Halberd. And I would love to see somebody fit an Ags in there, probably as a
Dyer's
second
turn
item.
to bat.
But maybe you won't see it. Maybe it's just tough support. Maybe it's going to be the IO3 that's been rumored, but I haven't seen it played yet on main stage. Teams are trying it in pubs and wherever else, but I
mean,
think
this
it's
would be
more
the
likely.
team to do it. If
It would. Teams are trying it in pubs and
Mm,
wherever else. Again, it could also be. Yeah, it's one of those two. It's probably IO or Tusk guarantee. It could be
Dyer's turn
3-3
to
kind of.
bat.
Ursa Warrior.
They're gonna grab an Ursa, so no matter what happens, like laning against the safe lane is gonna feel weird, and that's because Ursa's looking at this. He's like, IO3, I'll fight that. 3-3, I'll fight that. Tusk 3, I can fight that too. Tusk 3 is a little bit more dangerous, but Ursa's certainly.
10 seconds.
So he has to deal with tag team issue. Tag team could be scary, but for the
5
ice shards
seconds.
perilously could be able to get out of their shot. But that's a little spooky. Silencer Ursa looks, but if they go on the Silencer,
Faceless
definitely
Void.
kill.
Will
And Faceless
enforce
Void's their
your
last pick.
will upon the
Guaranteed
battlefield
lockdown.
today.
The fast lycanthropes.
All right, moment of truth. Come on, tell me what this 3 is over for the side of OG. Geniuses is fairly cut and dried.
They
The-
do, or by the way, so be a bear lycan, werebear. That's pretty terrifying. Crit on a max movement Ursa that it also attacks max attack speed. It's like insane. That's really spooky. I haven't seen this combo yet. It's going to be an IO3.
Off lane.
Seb's
Let's
playing
go.
it. So 4 position Tusk. We're not going to see an Ags. I'm glad I brought it up again. And Treant
Someday, buddy.
Protector
It's gonna
as a
happen
5.
for you.
Eventually,
It's gonna happen, and then you know what? He's gonna kick that IO so far that he's not gonna be able to come back to the fight, and you're gonna have this moment.
That's
Thank
true.
God.
There it is, finally. Tree plus Faces Void as a safe lane against the Lycan Monkey. That should give Void some really Leech Seed and armor, depending if they need it. I like that. Tops and mid Gyro, that's a little bit wacky too, but against an Ember Spirit, it's probably going to be fine. He should be able to farm relatively fast, push out the creep waves with Rocket Barrage and Flat Cannon. He's going to cost him as much, like he won't or as normal. And then later on, Io can pair whoever he wants. He's going to save stuff. He's going to be able to get Greaves a lot faster due to B3, so he's going to have silence if somebody gets gone on. He's locate. So I think there's some really good things about what OG's lineup can do in the mid game. Lane stuff, I don't want to be IO against an Ursa. He does have good base movement speed. It's not necessarily the worst. Tusk has save potential shards and snowball, so Soxa should be able to stabilize IO.
I don't want to be an IO against an Ursa, and I don't want to be an IO against a Silencer.
Yeah, but you're going to flank him back. And the other nice thing is he's going to tether Tusk. They're going to do tag team to get this
True,
bonus right
true.
click, and then they're going to overcharge the both of them have like 50 extra attack speed. Which can be
Also want to be careful not to get overly aggressive
Prepare yourself
as well, but
for
perhaps
the
if
main
the
event.
Thanks.
Silencer.
All right, so making their way across the map. Let's see if they get anything
Keep it PMA, keep it BSJ.
other than pausing, of course.
So what do you think? Are we over under 20 minutes for this? Actually, let's say 30, right? Are we over under 30 minutes for this? The last one was incredibly fast.
This one's gonna be over 30 minutes, I think. Neither lineup is like ready. Well, okay, the one lineup that could like death push, there's a little potential on EG because of Lycan, but OG is more likely. They've got IO, they've got tower hitter, that kind of. They've got lots of heals. Those lineups usually will function well for mega push. So I could definitely see. It could happen, but I think it's much. Unless somebody like blows the other out of the lane, should be a bit of a longer. Both teams gonna pick creep. Can't wait.
Very, very excited, of course, for this match. Love to see a very hyped match.
30 seconds now.
Perhaps one now that we've said this, of course, we're going to have like a 90-something minute game.
We prayed too hard for a longer
too hard, and they gave it to us. Careful. No. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good stuff. Sav already starting that BM like he likes to do, being sassy, dropping sprays. So you can hear our lovely crowd. Yeah, softly and being
It's a big match. Kind of a cool itemization for fly right away. Rush the buckler, instant buckler. 3 armor for himself, 2 for his allies. Help the laning stage to mail. Being booed up here by crit, Venom, and now maybe. Hits. 1 more hit. 2 more hits. 3 more.
Turn to start punching right back at crit here. No-Tail doesn't seem to care at this point as crit bouncing, pogoing away.
All right, moment they back is when he slaps him 1 time on the booty.
Slow again. Look at No-Tail. Come back here, crit. All right, fine.
No
fine.
booty slap.
No booty slap. Sorry, Purge. None of that.
You have been
headed off to their respective lanes.
Hubson's gonna have a bit of a damage system. It's already gotten 1 creep enough. It's about 9 behind. Gyro's damage is classically very low compared to a lot of other carries. He's gonna have to do stuff like this, use Rocket Barrage to help him get a last hit. Getting some of them, he's fine.
Quiet just off of that here. Seb just tethered up to one of the creeps.
On my watch.
That creep living.
Keep the distance too. Crit top lane, putting a lot of just harass out. Immediately getting dished back. I love these lanes. I love because they're like so aggressive. They're just slapping each other back and forth.
Love lane fights till it dies. It's the RTZ taking quite a bit of damage so far from all those attacks from us. Why trying to stabilize him a bit. I think this is why he went for the buckler actually. It's because they're a little bit concerned about the tag team damage because they are going to attack really fast with over. It's giving RTZ more armor. It's kind of similar in the headdress vein is that he's just going to help stabilize him. He's got 10% more HP from any regen he gets basically, and also from. So it's just going to help keep him alive and stabilized in the lane because Silencer can't really stop them from. He doesn't have a stun. In some ways they're slightly countered in this matchup, but if EG does get some space, get some pick off here, they can definitely get a kill. They're fighting bottom.
Are indeed, but again, it's very difficult to get overly aggressive against something like an Ursa. Very, very powerful during the laning phase. Those stacks up as well, so.
Yeah, and he went for a really early overpower here. Yeah. Most Ursas don't do this. They go Earthshock instead because it allows them to secure last hits, but with overpower being only 30 mana, it kind of guarantees that not only can he get some of these last hits that he slaps a couple times, he spends less time getting ready to last hit, and in these very small skirmishes like these 1 second, half-second trades, he's doing much better for damage output, because normally you just beat anybody with Ursa, right? You hit him enough, but you don't want to fight for 5 seconds against tag team. It's just way too dangerous. So this build adjustment is really, I like it for him.
Despite all the slapping that we've had back and forth, still a fairly quiet game. I think we didn't see the first blood until about, what, 3 minutes in or so?
Yeah.
But it's away.
TZ in a little trouble bottom. Gets tag team sharded in. Sox is going to have to run away now. So they both lose regen, but naturally that's going to be way better for Soxa with the IO pairing. Basically a Salve worth, and they're out of regen here. They're running some more out though. Salve, a mask of Morbid Mask, sorry, coming for RTZ, and that's going to make a big difference here. Despite all this fighting, he's still got great last hits. And now when he fights people in these big trades, he's going to get 50.
How worried are you if you're OG right now because of the fact that Easy just, you know, despite having this threat, still just farming very, very nicely. He is going to become a big problem.
It's fine. Like, they're still going even in the lane. I wouldn't necessarily say big problem yet, like Ursa's strong hero.
He comes online faster is one thing that I'm concerned.
He definitely can, for sure. But they've got some saves, you know, they've got relocate, they've got heals, they're gonna have tree armor probably. Maybe not right now though. No-Tail actually went for the Leech Seed. Makes a lot of sense. Great for a trading ability. You heal both him and Void. It's gonna make trading with Monkey King feel so much easier.
Quiet in this middle lane, seeing that Thompson's just backed off. He's going to try to do a little farming off the side. No-Tail, a little bit careful here. Rest just a tiny bit.
Seems fine. He's got Mangoes in the case, ready to do more Leech Seeds if he needs. Crit isn't going to get this like really nice abuse that Monkey King normally does with Jingu Mastering Boundless Strikes, so that's all going fine.
Oh, bottom lane, Fly. Gonna end up being the first blood, but Sax follow, and Arteezy just doesn't want to bother with Seb. He's just gonna continue to hit these creeps.
Okay, so they went the other way. Every other fight they were pressuring Arteezy, now going on Silencer instead.
Top lane to Crit. Oh, there's a bash, and he's trying to negate some of this. Finds Boundless. Crit's gonna live.
A low chance of time lock catching him there, but hey, either way, good pressure. And frankly, if Seb lives for these fights and gets kills, he's... First Blood was on the OG side, so they get a little bit more gold from that engagement. And he's approaching Holy Lock at only about 500 to trading with Arteezy again. Lost half HP.
Oh, the shards!
Soxa so ready for that perfect placement there, right in front of him when he's away. And this dual lane is so scary. With Orb of Venom as well, like his ability to just keep you out of position is strong. Can't fight it.
I have to say, Soxa, every time that I watch this guy, I always feel like he's got something where I'm just like, wow, he's such a good player.
He is. Always been really...
You should rethink this.
The next level, very high MMR.
Shards again. Seb tethering up here. Put out the spirits over onto Arteezy. Snowball coming in. Are they going to go for this dive? It's like they're going to try to. It is a little far, that's for sure. Soxa is going to take some tower damage. Seb, though, nearby has that tether.
My thanks.
Right back up again.
Tower hit set him a bit even in that trade, but either way, Arteezy just got back to the lane and he already loses 2/3 of his HP. Dodges the shard, so his salve keeps going least, but things are looking okay for OG down here. The amount of pressure they're putting on are getting in behind in last hits now. 25 versus 59 of Seb. The Holy Lock gets done at 6 minutes. Holy crap.
Is that a new record, do you think?
I feel like it's got to be. He's got first blood plus a second kill. That's really quick.
IO too.
If it's IO3, it's definitely possible, but man, very quick. So now they just have this like insane wand advantage, and the charges come back every 10 seconds. So they're getting way more wand charges than them, and the heal is going to be insane.
Crit the top lane. Grabbing the Leech Seed, but it's going to follow up because Abed makes his way to the top lane, sees some mail, and that living armor. Not going to do anything here as he also throws out. They still high five, you know, no hard feelings, but Abed will get himself a double kill.
Great rotation, very successful. That's the one lane they can definitely pressure. Tree's able to slow this down, but Ember being able to dive all the way. Double clip from Abed is going to accelerate a lot.
Fly, he is trapped in the shards. He's trapped with Soxa and Seb, and it's yet another kill for the offlane IO.
Radiant's middle tower.
Mech, level 6 almost for IO now. And it just gets better. Every level, they get another tag team with more damage on spirits as well, so that he can farm as well as damage in these exact moments. See where Arteezy goes. He's still sticking in the lane, and it's better for his teammates to take the damage than him, typically. Gonna go treads here, not phase once. Attack speed possible. Could mean that he's gonna spend a lot of time jump lane versus laning because the lane is so hard. Treads is just an incredible jungle. Yes, compared to. And there's a relocate top.
There is a relocate top. Ice is not looking so lively as he will get taken out by Soxa, and you can see Crit just bounces away, says, oh here, I don't want anything to do with this. And they're just gonna go right back down to where they were.
That is so powerful. The fact that you can do that, like normally it's like you're bringing your carry somewhere. This is the off lane in the 4 who love to be active anyways, and then they just go on this Lycan who's supposed to be tanky and annoying to kill, and he just shredded like paper. Couldn't even tell the guy had armor.
Well, wolves need no armor.
Definitely does this game against level 3 tag team.
Definitely does. I think I'm worried a little bit when I look at RTZ. You know, he is sticking up in the lane, but I feel like even if he were to leave, right, if he were to try to go in jungle, they would just continuously hunt him.
They certainly can go follow him in jungle. So it's definitely something Soxa is gonna likely do. He's got outs with snowball and shards. So yeah, if he does go jungle, they can pressure him. But with that said, we'll safer together.
Just continuously bouncing. Abed also with rotation fly. This is gonna be a dead no tail. Very nice moves moving around here. Out here from EG, definitely needed to start putting the pressure. But while they're doing that, Thompson will put some pressure on the middle tower. Teleport away, go back up top with the rest of the team. The call down, followed by the snowball over onto Ice of the tether. Ice, he's very, very fast. They need to find a way to contain this wolf, and they do have the missile. It's gonna take a while. It doesn't quite manage to outrun it. And there it is, the very satisfying thump right at the end.
Yeah, I just thought it was going to stun him, but he's maxed out homing missile, maxed out rocket barrage, maxed out homing missile. Didn't care about the flat cannon like we talked about because he wasn't in lane against the Lycan. He's just all about casting spells.
Very careful. Crits here, Abed's here, Flies here, and pretty soon Smail's not going to be here. Silence, one more hit, and down he goes.
Abed absolutely the one holding the game together for EG because he's getting these great rotations after OG punches so effectively, and he's got 4 of his team's kills so far. Gets the bottle refilled as well. It's going to keep on the map longer. He's got Maelstrom and Sumail just dying a little bit here, unfortunately. But the rotations are very effective. Sumail, the lowest net worth core. But hey, the rest of the map, things are going well for OG. And even if Sumail's a rough game, they've got another carry, baby. Gyro's going to transition.
High 5 in the mid lane. That rocket going right for the head.
And a little bit of a weirder item on Thompson, but Drum. AoE movement speed item. It gives you HP and more mana pool, but most importantly, these charges are so effective, and speed is great on Gyro. He does so much damage with its spells that just positioning better is really advantageous, and he's looking for a kill.
Oh, he's definitely looking. Finds himself that centaur. He's got his eyes on some bigger prizes, though. The call down. They've got their vision on Fly, so that will be able to finish him off. And now RTZ, though, joining into the fight. Those flash charges, Ice, running away. Nice balance though over a back line, followed up with the overgrowth. In comes the Ember Spirit. Ice will fall. RTZ looking to get as much damage as they can. Can they get it? Oh no! Nice Proto Spear coming out from Sumail. They'll be able to hold him right into place. Get the kill on RTZ. And they're still alive. Crit though over on the back line. Running for his life. They'll get the root over onto Thompson. He's somehow still alive. And they're chasing after Abed. They want this to Fly jumping in. He's probably just going to die for this though. They turn right back around again. Get a nice high 5 off.
Shame.
And eventually, Fly. Gonna get hit with that missile. It's not even the missile necessary.
Oh, the fact that Thompson was able to live during that fight was huge. Drum, I'm sure, made a big difference, but Ursa runs in. He pops his ulti, but Tree drops the Nature's Grass, so he lost the majority of that just trying to get into the fight. And Gyro target acquisitioning well, hits the back line, so you casted like 4 rocket barrages there. These things do like 600 magic damage per use. That's a finger of death dealt to heroes.
Yeah, we can see the replay over here. The way it opens up, that focusing over on Fly, they want to get rid of the silencer. In comes RTZ, and it's starting to look really good, all right? He's starting to get some of these stacks of no tail. Right in this position though, waiting so he can get that overgrowth off over onto Ice, and everyone else. So Ice. Chip down. Abed coming in, trying to just find his angle, and look at this Thompson right over here on the side. Still manages though to stay alive thanks to this IO, thanks to the living armor.
What an engagement. They did that so well. Get the chase going. Silencer feels the need to TP to save his friend, and he ends up dying as well. And 2k gold advantage now for OG. EG still in it, certainly, but the fights have been going a little bit rough there. Certainly, you know.
What exactly is going wrong in these fights, Bert?
I mean, the main thing for EG was just that it was good that they moved up there, but Silencer died right away, basically got no effective spells off.
Run for the reload, they do the global silence. Yeah, do find the kill on Thompson.
Oh wow.
Nice find. Walrus punch over onto Arteezy. Not quite ready to go into this battle, wants to farm.
They seem TV in mid, so maybe they can make a move with this, knowing that he can't show up. They could go invade top potentially right now. Would be enough. They did lose relocate. They lost Thompson. Thompson would be. It wouldn't be Thompson without the gyro diffusal blade, guys. So he's going for it. Drum into blade. Pretty weird, but it's good against a lot of their heroes. They're all like draining Ursa's mana, massive, right? No more overpowers. You can't Earthshock around the fight. He doesn't have a huge mana pool. Lycan, kind of similar things. No more wolves. Against Ember Spirit, also very good. Don't let him jump around in remnants too often if you do get a disable off. So that item can certainly be effective here, and it's something that's going to allow him to do more mid-game impact than something like I'm going to slowly build Aghanim Scepter. Just a utility that's going to provide is really effective.
Oh,
This was over.
so they do manage to knock down the tree, so
Radiant's bottom tower is no more.
nice margin.
Keep it PMA, keep it
Taunt one
BSJ.
another.
Build is cool on No-Tail as well. Maxing out Leech Seed. More AoE heal, which if it hits the person that's dying, they're going to be saved. And if it also hits Io, it's like a freaking mech.
So good.
It's literally better than a mech in terms of healing output. If he Leech Seed's the guy that's killing his gyro. It's a really smart pivot here for No-Tail.
Feels like they're trying to bait Soxa. Punch, he's got the living armor, and this is looking like Fly needs to get out of there much faster. Rolls right past him. They'll get the kill on the silencer.
And sweet.
Kurt's just hoping they're not going to look too closely to this.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It's good for him to have vision anyways. That way that they can spot to see where what they're doing next after the kill. That's why these wolves are here, for example. But they spread out, get their works done.
你这么菜，你的队友不会生气吧，哥哥？
And delivered now to the gyro combo.
Courier here.
Dire's
Wants it. Yeah, he manages to get it.
Maybe
He's gonna
two.
get two. Chase him. Get him. No. Oh, this little puppy. He's a little too wounded. But they go right into the Roche pit on the side of OG. Defusively completed now for the Ursa, but no one's gonna be able to get here in time. It's just going in way too fast.
I was like looking at items and stuff, and then I look at Roche, it's like a sliver of HP left. But they bought the medallion on Seb as the third item. They have tag team for damage. They've got Diffusal, which is a lot of damage. Easy Roche kill. They're gonna get this courier too. Anything Bottle Monkey, there's a bit booster on it, so that's gonna delay
Ooh.
his Spirit Vessel. He didn't quite have it finished. Not the end of the world, but still a good kill. They
Still
backdoor
hurts.
the tier 1. No-Tail's looking a little dead though.
Yeah, No-Tail's not looking healthy, so find themselves an opening.
Surprised he almost ultied there. That definitely would have been a mistake.
Yeah.
There's no getting out of that one. Oh, relocate top.
Okay, coming in hot. Find Ice. There's gonna be the global silence, but the male running right on over here wants this kill. Io tethering right on in, and it's a dead Lycan.
I mean, that's a great usage for a global silence. Is just stopping the relocate everything. Don't let them get those easy setups. In reality, they're just trying to do it a little safer. So global being offset is not a big deal, but it is useful in this match for the power of silence. We haven't felt it much, but trying to cover his team, give them advantages. But he's still farming well.
A lot of couriers that just died here.
Oh, well.
Yeah, EG's just killing every courier. They're very angry at their owner.
They're putting wolves in the lane, and then they're putting monkey in the trees. So when they go in the trees to hide the wolf threat, there's a monkey threat waiting for you.
Old bait switch. Big stack though getting taken by OG. The family that farms together stays together.
Good item.
Neutral item pinata effect, where everything just falls out from that one stack PM.
Brofo, Brigand's Blade, Sumail catching up in net worth pretty well, sitting at 7.5. Not too surprising. Ursa usually farms decently well with this common diffusal build. Not as good as the old Battle Fairy days, but it's just too greedy. So Sumail's also been able to catch up despite the slightly rough laning stage due to all the odd-bed rotations. But top net worth, it's Thompson's, just out about 10k. Glyph gets popped, but they're not leaving. They're definitely going to take this one as well.
Nice efficiency too. They end up digging up one of the bounty runes. They'll be able to bottle it and then just heal up as well. What do you think, dude? Are we going to see a base crack in 20 minutes?
It was kind of looking like it right there, but they want to defend their tier 1.
Going
They
back,
can.
Soxa, first one to show up. Trying to push them off. Rooted into place. Arteezy wants his kill. Should be. Oh no, they've got the snowball. He's going to be able to just roll right back on over. And Sumail's ready with the Chronosphere. Starts whacking away over on this Ember Spear. Doesn't even have damage. Oh, but the bounces! He does! Seth joining up there. Now the follow-up. Thompson finds Blind. Will get a kill there. And No-Tail with that overgrowth. They've got the reload. No-Tail most likely going to die. Although maybe he's not. He's actually still alive. Arteezy is the one who's going to get tables turned on him. Wolves, though, chewing all on this wood. You know, they like a big stick, but doesn't matter. Seb being the Wambulance, coming in hot and keeping No-Tail alive.
OG just making the plays. They're doing moves that seem kind of dangerous at the start. Like Soxa runs into 4 heroes, and I'm like, all right, I haven't seen a team do this all tournament. Like, be careful, you know, be aggressive by yourself. But it bought them time. It bought him a circumstance with the defensive snowball. He knew his limits. EG gets a little overbaited, and Sumail does a solo Chronosphere. I'm like, surely this isn't good. Like, where's the damage fall? There's nothing, but he got just enough damage in there to kill the Ember, and then from there it was just dominoes falling, man. They set it up so well with these aggressive moves, and EG half commits and loses a little bit more advantage.
Looking like their TI form. Abed. Got 2 things going. Crit looking in the back line. They want to get rid of Seb. They realize that he's very, very important. There's the silence. They should be able to finally take him out. Thompson putting out some more damage over onto Fly. Has to be careful. There's plenty of EG heroes in this area. Of course, he does have the Aegis, though. He's feeling very, very powerful. Look at the damage he's just outputting. Fly barely able to stand here. One more hit, he's going to get taken down. Stops on the back lines. Gets taken out by Arteezy. The follow now, Thompson. This Aegis is going to get popped, my friend. As the rest of EG wait patiently for him to come right back up, and they will give him a big old bear hug, and he's not going to be able to teleport out in time.
Was a good try, but the Ursa's damage is too high here. And without the IO, Gyro got some effective damage in, but I can't help but think he was just being a little bit too resource careful. He could have used Diffusal Blade to keep the Silencer slightly more to the right, but he went for the dive, and it took a little bit too long to kill Silencer there, as a result losing Aegis. So there are moments where your aggressiveness is going to hurt you. That was one of them for OG, losing legitimately like 2 to 3K from those deaths right at the end.
A lot of these back and forth fights. We've got around a 1K net worth lead going to the side of OG. Just been scrapping, I feel like, non-stop.
Yeah,
I have not seen them chill.
After the lane stage, he just needed to catch up a little bit. He's almost got his BKB now, so he'll be all right, but Fly maybe.
Fly again. Soxa and Seb making their way over. Walrus punches the tag team. That is a kill for Soxa.
Pickoffs, plate mail on IO as well. It's going to help cover him against the Ursa with the Dragon Scale as well. More regen, more armor. He just wants to be able to survive because he knows he's the most vulnerable guy. But he's in a good place. The fact that he feels comfortable buying armor and not just like Ghost Scepter, don't let you hit me at all, means that he's feeling okay about his net worth. It's going to overall make it harder for Ursa to get kills on him as the game continues. He's got armor right now. After this Lotus Orb, I bet he buys a heart or something like that just to really amp up his HP. And that's when Ursa's going to feel like a wet noodle for like 10
Coming out from OG, they know that Abed is nearby. Sumail, smoke will pop. Go forward. No, it's already zipped away. Hunt.
Never refuse gold given.
There's no one else really home down in this area. You have, of course, the Wild Bear. Thompson popping the BKB, turns right back around. Walk outside of the Monkey King ultimate. Wolves should be able to deny the Invis rune.
Pretty well done. Trading Monkey support ulti for Gyro BKB is great, but the global silence being lost is a little bit rough. It did save Crit's life, though. Rocket Barrages would have given.
Thompson gets hit. Boundless. Arteezy coming in hot here. No-Tail. Waiting patiently. And go back in if necessary. Look at that hit off. But these wolves are crunching away over at Thompson. They're going to have to put them out. Here comes Seb, though. Fall with the overgrowth. They've got the snowball. Can they control Abed? It's looking pretty darn good. But got the Yule. Do they have it? Can they get it? Yes.
Diffusal pays off. He did not have enough money to throw the Remnant right away, so he's forced to Sleight of Fist. It wasn't enough time to get him out. So great punish there. It looked pretty iffy for Thompson there. Another really crucial move was when Ursa jumped forward to go on him. Thompson used Diffusal Blade, so he couldn't gap close that last like 200, 300 units, and thus wasn't hitting Thompson. He was on top of him. Arteezy would have been super happy to continue fight, but he realized that slow. It was not a good time to pop Ursa ulti. He tries to disengage, he pops it anyways, and then Abed eventually gets collapsed on by the rest of OG covering top.
So I know that we have the BKB picked up on Arteezy, which I think is exceptionally needed when you consider what's being thrown at them. But I still feel like they're being very efficient and able to kite him.
They are. BKB's going to help a lot because it's going to allow him to save Enrage until he really needs it, like pre-Chronosphere or to lower status resistance on some big stun. So it's absolutely going to help. He needs it. Otherwise, it's just too much disable. That's going to mess with him. Overgrowth, for example, he can't necessarily, like, he wants to save. He could BKB, Overgrowth comes out, then he enrages afterwards. You need both, basically.
Yeah, vision over on Abed.
Is under attack.
You have to go through this backdoor protection. The creep's not quite there just yet. No tail. Teleport away. No, he's gonna stay here. Root Void into place, but look at this heal coming out from Seth.
Mech and the other items. The survivability of these guys is huge. Taking turns, Heather and everybody.
Push them away.
Well, this is 4 minutes later than last game, but they're going to play this one safer. Look at the top
They
push.
back off. They do smoke play, though. They're going to go for the reload. Silence over. Ice already in that wolf form.
Nicely done.
So, going to back off. He's going to get chased down by the zoo if he's not careful. But while this is going on, they still have it. Oh, nice boundless, though, coming out from crit. Slows them down. RTZ joining into the fight. Pops in a little bit slow. Down that nature's grasp if they try to follow. But look at the Seb is just constantly keeping them at least 90% health or more, it seems.
They end up defending the tower. It looked a little hairy. The global did save Ice for sure. Tuska was able to catch up. It very possibly would have been a kill, but they hold him off. The Black Dragon heads back towards the top lane. So
crit.
Regeneration.
Time up in the air here for Thompson. They just cannot seem to get them to leave. RTZ realizing, okay, I guess go Roche. She's trying to figure out what on earth he needs to do because OG is knocking and they are coming at you with a battering ram at this point. There is no denying them into your base.
They just don't feel comfortable fighting into it. It's too difficult. They get the Aegis, unfortunately, a little bit later than they would have liked, but it's a good thing to do for RTZ, honestly. The fact that he can just solo Roche on his hero, perfect for this game circumstance. He would have loved to do it last game, for example. He's like, we're not fighting this, so I might as well get some good objective. And getting Aegis is a good thing. Starts the timer, gets the next one up faster. Lycan's finished Ags now. It's okay for them to lose a Rax at this point. In fact, they are ahead in that. So this might look a little reminiscent of last game. It's not the same. He's done a great job keeping their net worth on all of their heroes. Those early Abed rotations stopped it from getting out of control, but this one also gonna work.
Abed immediately says absolutely not. So yeah, I would say definitely they also have, more potential to be able to push out lanes. Very mobile right over on the side of EG. You've got a Lycan that continuously, tapping at the door, and of course you've got Abed on the Ember Spirit.
Yeah, he's much safer to push side lanes for at least until OG gets some disable item, but I'm not sure if they will. They're very much planning for high ground forced confrontation things.
Toying a little bit with Abed. Put off over on the side. Considering does have the Blink Dagger, force forward over onto No Tail. Global Silence not gonna be enough to save the tree. IO now, Seb, there it is. There's a Chronosphere coming out from Samael. Seb gonna tether back over to Thompson. Gets the flak off. Not quite enough damage though to finish off with that Chronosphere. So these dogs are just chopping away over at Seb. He's still quite healthy though. Gonna back off though. The Monkey King ultimate slowing them down. Soxon trying to fight there. He cannot do it. Got the living armor over on Seb. Not gonna be enough to save him as well. EG coming in fierce, but Thompson with the BKB fly taking so much over with Arteezy. He is going to pop as will Fly. He's coming back up again. Abed though, slicing away over on the side. Will be able to take down Samael to find another kill over on No Tail. Soxa is not looking good either.
Just playing this fight so
ball up. Soxa with the Essence Ring. The jump forward. It's a triple kill now for Arteezy. Thompson forced to just immediately teleport away down to the bottom lane.
incredible fight. They just played the poke game so well there. They move in, they put some pressure on the tree who's a little out of position. OG's thinking, we gotta save this guy. They put some effort into it, and the moment that Lotus Orb got used on tree to save him from the slow on Ursa runs in, Diffusal Blades him, Lotus gets used, then there's Global Silence. So now it's you can't remove the heal or remove the silence from Io to cover him. Here's the clip once again. There's the disable. They're going to stun him. Watch for the Diffusal Blade. That's going to slow him. The Lotus Orb comes out. Instant global silence so they clean up that kill. Now he can't re-tether, so he's taking damage. They have to chrono here, but there's not much damage follow-up. And Seb is trying to help Ursa be effective, but they didn't have much catch-up. And again, Seb tethering away. Okay, he's going to be all right here. but a hairy moment here for him.
Has been killed.
Did relocate briefly to the fountain because they need to get here as soon as possible, but that was just looking for kills, so that'll buy them time for their team to respawn. No chrono just yet, though. Great fight for EG. 7k gold advantage, cost some ages, but that was about it.
Take a look at this Dota plus win probability. We're looking 59% to 41. A big shift here.
Oh, it's looking good for him. The lycanthrope Ursa was really terrifying. Again, the max movement speed is hard to deal with for OG. They're playing with a lot of slows. They have some disables, of course, but Ursa has the solutions to those now with the BKB.
Coin for me.
He's also got the shard as a result of that last one fight, so more enrages for free on this guy.
I think this goes differently if in the last fight, when they landed that Chronosphere, Thompson wasn't sitting at the bottom part of the river.
Yep. They were a little too spread out. He needed to be there to like DPS from the start, hopefully. But even if he was there, it was probably Ursa that's the guy that's taking the damage. And even if you kill him, they still just to respawn. So I don't know if it would have made that big of a difference. The biggest thing is just that Tree died pretty quick.
All the pings going on. Doxa just walking past RTZ, gives him a little love tap. Throws out a couple spells because guess who's on his way? It's Sumail. He's looking to get out as much damage as he can. They'll go for the Chronosphere and some, holding Doxa into place. Global Silence comes out. The Zabit zipping through. This is not looking good though. They'll get the kill on RTZ. Lots of these slides coming out from Abed now. They're holding him in place again. There's going to be a Yules. Seb joining back in. He's going to be able to heal up. So chase after this Ember, but they just can't quite get their hands on him. Too difficult. So for Bash, open. No, he's not going to be able to get there fast enough. Seb will go for a reload.
That was the return of the reload shown for that fight. Very helpful, but I'm surprised Sumail was able to do enough damage. I don't even know if they used tag there. It wasn't on cooldown after the Ursa was dead, so it just kind of seemed like Sumail alone, and everybody ran into it, but it was more than enough.
What sort of prize is this?
And another item being picked up soon for RTZ. His death is going to slow it down a bit, but wants to get Scotty, and Scotty's going to be really good against Io. He's a ranged hero that loves healing. The perfect item against him. Gonna be really good against Gyro as well. So timing's coming up here for EG, but that kill actually really close to net worth.
Advantage going over to the side of EG. Side of OG. Reevaluate, probably wanting to wait for the overgrowth and the Chronosphere come up when the EG, again, they want that Scotty, but they also have a better skirmishing ability if they find someone who's out of place. In fact, they actually go for the smoke play because they understand that these big cooldowns or big ultimates are now on cooldowns. So now's the time to strike. Take advantage of how skirmishy they are.
They've got pretty good grab potential. Nacy and Lycan is auras, but
look at how they back. They're like, no one is showing on the map here. They've got to be going for the smoke. They go for the scan. Immediately find where they are over in the triangle position.
Break smoke, ready to force staff high ground in case anybody gets spotted here. Play it safe. They know they're still, both teams very much still in the game, but in this exact moment, until they see EG, they're scared. And the upside to EG, summon the push. They don't have to know where they are, they just know there's someone. Sumail gonna show on the creep wave.
Out by Crit, spending that time in the tree. Very good from OG, actually standing in front. However, they know now that there is the smoke. Cards coming out over on the side though. RTZ to be able to finish off No Tail. Yes, they are. Global Silence will pop as well. Crit on the back lines with the Monkey King Ultimate. It's going to be the next one to fall. Seb got himself a Ghost Scepter, so he's going to stay alive a little bit longer. The change is on. Beautiful Chronosphere coming out from Sumail, as they're going to be able to hold this there in place. They'll take down RTZ. They'll be able to go and take down Ice. So they're waiting super patiently here because they would love to get their hands on the top of Seb. Most likely going to fall. It's an amount of damage. They just don't have any more hold. Grab Abed.
Great fight for OG there in the end. The tree did die pretty quick, but I caught the top half of the fight. They ended up hitting ice shards on Crit hiding in the trees. He anticipated where he was going to be, and with that vision, Crit couldn't jump away. He has to jump down. Ice shards trapped him in. They were able to kill him right at the start.
I've been trying to go for this dodge. Thompson's just not afraid at all. Just runs on into base. There's no buildings in that bottom part, my friend. You might have to redirect your attention. Male and Sab make their way over to mid. This is looking like they'll be able to get a decent amount of damage, perhaps even take some of these rats too.
The fact that they were able to Chronosphere on top of both wolves, especially in BKB, was so big. If you really get too much out of it, second ranks would be great.
He's trying very hard to try to push them back. They're going to pull these flights, but there's just too much damage coming out from these three. Rather, too much damage coming out from two, and then, of course, the support of Seb amplifying that.
Max finishes. Really nice for them. Spider legs now and up, but that'll be great. More movement speed, and he can get away more safely if he is not tethered to his... That kind of time is what he needs to be survivable against a hero like Ursa. They even unblock the large camp, now knowing that this is our space. We get to control here. But now they get scouted by this wolf as a result. They're going to go in for the fight.
They go for their own smoke play. Crit, though, jumping onto the trees. That's sliding around. Samael in the opening. Get off. Silence over on the side. They'll go turn around on ice. Poor Arteezy here. He's going to try to chomp away over at Thompson. And he's just going to have to run away. He cannot stand toe-to-toe. Abed, though, putting the pressure over on Soxa. Like they should be able to find this kill.
All right, not bad for EG. They get 2 kills in the end. Once again.
Nice. No, the missile.
It's doing so much damage. How did it fit so many rockets?
Okay, BKB comes out from Samael. He's gonna try to man fight Crit here. Rest of the team standing nearby. They'll be able to take down the Monkey King. Tossed out by Fly. He's trying to hide over here, trying to juke, use the trees to his advantage. Too much damage out the Essence Ring, too. Will get hit. Thompson joining right back in. Chronosphere comes out from Samael. Will be able to pull up into place. Turn around. Seb looking to just get the tether out, but Samael doing so much damage. Eyes. Even going, they take down the courier, though, on the back line. Little Science coming again. Gonna try to fight here with Abed. This is not looking good, though, for Samael. Eventually, he doesn't get slain. And they'll find Seb.
That was so well played by Ice, actually, because it looked rough for Arteezy. Arteezy on the Ursa. He ran in, he starts killing the Io. Io pops Ghost Scepter. He's like, all right, I gotta change targets. Goes for the Gyro. Gyro's running away at pretty good movement speed, and it looked like he wasn't gonna be able to get him. But Ice was microing his wolves to guarantee that the Gyrocopter could not get away. Sumail's dive in here, gets the bash, which guarantees Crit's death, and they're thinking, let's get more. This looks great for us. They're chasing after Fly, of course, with the rocket. And the follow-up looks pretty solid, but here's the moment. Ursa jumps in the backline, doesn't get hit by Chrono, goes for Seb. Ghost Scepter gets used. Now he's like, oh, I gotta go kill Thompson. Defusal is used. Watch as Thompson's about to start getting away, but look at the wolf blocking. It guarantees that Arteezy gets that kill on the carry. He's able to rejoin the fight and help guarantee that Sumail goes down too. Really nicely done by Ice to micro during the chaos of that fight. He knew what the important hero was, and it was killing Thompson.
That opens the door now for EG. They were able to go and procure themselves the agents. They put the cheese on Abed. Pretty happy right now. I can't tell you, the swings of net worth in these fights are absolutely insane. Second to go is a 1K lead advantage for OG. Now we're up to 11K on the side of Evil. So we're getting the entertaining match that we were
really
expecting.
Are. And that was, I think, a free shard as well. Looks like it went to Ember Spirit, I'm pretty sure, since he's got one now. Not the most commonly purchased, but if it's free, heck yeah, go for it. It's really nice, especially if you throw it on somebody, because it does damage while it flies. It'll interrupt Blink Deck. Normally, where they see the Remnant coming, they're like, get out! Now, you don't have to worry about that.
Residents over the Dire Jungle. Step out.
我不理解，我不理解。
It's just really difficult to fight an agent. Plus the shards, the net worth advantage is getting bigger. Thompson's got a butterfly now, which is really great to have. Ursa's going to struggle killing him now for the rest of the game. Monkey King is going to feel useless against him in a lot of cases, so Thompson's a scary one. Sumail's not too bad either though, but Scotty, Maelstrom wants to get Butterfly, but he's got a lot of time to Great pushing out the side lanes with the sumps, but unfortunately there's a big old black dragon that's going to cut this wave anyways, so... What they do have Rack's advantage on two lanes, so that's going to give them a lot of space here.
Shenanigans for sure. Continuing to farm up over in the jungle, effectively pinning OG into the base, except for when they have the relocate. Thompson, though, taking a glance out. RTZ running, they've got the defusal. Be careful, though. There it is, there's the Chronosphere from Sumail. He was very, very patient. They want to try to burst down the Zephyr Spirit, and it's looked like they're going to be able to do it. They turn right back around again, too, and they'll find the kill. Abed, though, going right back into the fight. Doesn't want to be left behind. Turn over on the side. They throw the Monkey King only, and the 4-step over onto No-Tail. We'll be able to buy him just a bit more time. Thompson, though, left behind. Over here on the side, he needs help from Steph to set up the heal, so is he going to be able to keep him alive? No, he's not! As EG just starts charging over at OG. That's close to set by just a bit more time, but the slide forward, Seth will fall, No-Tail will fall too, and Sumail will be forced to run back into his own base, leaving Saksa behind.
They reacted so well to the Chronosphere. Instant ulti from RTZ.
Oh my goodness. RTZ just left right onto Sumail. He wants blood. He's hungry. He wants this.
He knows. They can pressure, absolutely. It's hard for Sumail to do anything right now. Only 2v5. Good luck fighting this one. Got everything they want. Fresh orb on cooldown for Ember, but that buyback from Abed was huge.
They're just going for the finish here.
I mean, they should. There's no buybacks yet. It's a bit of a reveal here.
A bit of a reveal. Might be a bit of an understatement. Look at the damage. Saksa's trying everything else. Snowball. They're trying to just punch up into the air, but they're just going to get absolutely eradicated. The GG gets called, and Evil Geniuses will take the game number 2.
Excellent game, I gotta say. EG played this one so well. But once again, laning stage went a bit rough. OG put the pressure on very strongly, but EG just made really strong decisions, and it's not easy to play against Cronus. But boy, did they do it. They just knew what was coming. They played in the right area, and yeah.
Что любого персонажа возьми, давай, ну да, пусть будет Медуза, например. Вот она стоит и стреляет, что
able to hit.
Even the TA ban. Honestly,
yeah,
Lifestealer cannot play versus TA either, so these bans really do make quite a bit of sense.
Ten seconds remain.
Or he goes, no.
5 seconds.
Doesn't look bad.
And
doesn't care about any of this.
Right for
Yep.
Can bail, like say Lifestealer gets caught, Static Storm, bails him out.
Radiant's turn to pick.
Yeah. We'll see if it's going to be this.
Science. What's the Nico? Alacrity up.
10 seconds.
Oh, they could just...
5 seconds remain.
I know, I've said it like 10 times. You don't... It's always with these Tide Hunters. The Sand King is probably the 3. So
I feel like Jug's more underwhelming. Lifestealer.
Spectre.
Okay.
Yeah, Spectre.
They'll do their tomato hero. Guess you should have seen. The bans are a little weird.
Ten seconds remain. 5 seconds.
And they're gonna be the ones.
Make the ultimate choice.
Good versus. It can be good versus.
Alright.
Actually, trade with. Can't trade. Have steroid. Oh, they haven't shown. But oh, look, it's 5 Tide Hunter.
Right, it is. Okay, well, I've got to be honest. I'm definitely feeling comfortable with Undying's lineup.
And also tomato. Ape shit is the only word that I can think of. For the Spectre, he was like.
And Lifestealers are still sort of yet to be sold on the Lifestealer.
Yeah, that's my other thing. I know that Nico is a nice this game, but Bryle popped off on Lina last game.
He did, and he's got it again.
Spectre's been looking good. Dubu's got his comfort. Moon's got his comfort. Alliance does have a couple of them, but a little worried after the situation of from yesterday. However, the lane looks a lot better. I know yesterday's was just an impossible lane. Disruptor
So
Monkey King.
you should like you're not going to be dying against
No,
this.
S4 should have a.
No.
He should get a lot more of this. So that's the one.
That one, though.
All right.
Mega kill!
这么菜的手喷喷气吧，哥哥。
Player. That I do want to say is that. And they already.
And what is it? So
why,
the 5 Tide offers them.
I mean, I think they just like swapped it around because they didn't want to. The 5 Tide still does this. I mean, the normal Tide.
You pop the rabbit.
You won't have farm. It's just gonna be a walking rabbit.
This pleases
Unless we get like another 60-minute game, maybe he's gonna get.
Doubtful for FNG.
30 seconds and counting.
I'm not really feeling able to help the lane.
Yeah,
Maybe.
because I
I don't really feel like he's able to do much.
I don't think that you feel like Sila can trade again. No,
I feel like he's one of the better ones.
Courage is just gone.
Yeah, I agree. He's one of the better ones. Is what I meant when I was saying that.
Okay.
Like most heroes,
Sure,
you
you
can't
have
trade with him at all. You have
something to stay in
something
lane.
to at least be able to hit him back.
Ladies
But
and gentlemen,
Legion, nobody can
welcome
trade with
to
Legion. I don't think there's a single hero that I can hit back with Legion.
Master tier Legion
Yeah.
as well.
And
Saberlight.
with the way people are starting their items now, because Soul Ring and they get the Hope of Iron Will. Look at this base damage. 70 damage. Lifesteal's got like 50. So trading back is not easy. He's at 55. He actually has more than I thought he would. Oh, because he's got the Gauntlet Circlet. Okay.
See how easy Nico Baby can get CS. Definitely see difficult lane.
Eat by Limb.
Surgery off bottom lane. S4 should be able to have an easier time farming than Saberlight did last game. You think was tanking?
I would imagine so, yeah. Versus the Spectre and versus. He hasn't skilled his. Did the same thing yesterday where he like waited to have Caustic and Sun. This is a lane where he can definitely get Caustic. Yesterday I wanted him just to get Sandstorm instantly first possible. I guess this is pretty good too about the Disruptor 4 versus Dubu. Constant little slows are a little annoying in the off lane, and that's why we see S4 holding. So that does make their lane weak, quite a lot weaker there. Tomato gets a range creep knife. Not having caught.
Falcon Blade, Ag.
Yep.
And then look action. Very, very well. Saw this here.
Denies on both of the safe lanes. Saberlord also lost.
Try hard.
Yeah, this is the same thing, right? Like that's why it's like, what's the Tide really supposed to do? He gushes. It gets pressed the attack off as well.
Yeah, no, not
Feels
all
kinda bad.
I think it's a tough lane for.
Weird.
Saberlight's gonna pretty farm up there.
Yeah, he's gonna press again. He can even just hit FNG back.
Separated them here for the creep wave. So
That is a very nice fissure.
yeah, look at that.
Saberlight's getting 0 moment of creep. Did not have a creep. The creeps weren't actually turning on. Pressed nicely, and we are seeing these caustics start to build up now. Tomato still getting good farm.
They're out of regen on them.
They really are. They have the Ring of Health soon, though.
Okay. Oh wait, you're looking for light? I'm saying for.
Oh, both sides don't have regen. Good call.
And Dying's got nothing on them at the moment. What we got coming out here? Just a lone Sal. Yeah, he's got the one. Coming.
Head up. But it's working a bit. They're getting a good amount of trade onto him there.
Yeah, Nico Baby is farming.
Yeah.
He's not.
Farming nicely.
Not losing out on CS to the Legion at all. In fact, he's a deep man ahead.
Please.
Pressure in that increased kill the Legion.
Chain taunting.
Money to burn.
Non-stop. Well, I hear in my ears. Take it level 3. He's holding the skill point for now. It's mostly 1-4-1, the usual. Hanskin. The beating. Three and 3. Much better stuff.
Pushing it down.
Mid.
You wanted that.
Having a good time also. Double null into raindrop. He's just trading with Bryle, burning his mana every time he gets an opportunity. Light.
Yeah, I mean,
This is the
definitely
very
right. They're
definition
not hurting him
of
at all.
first blood.
Bottom lane.
Blood on the sand strikes the perfect note.
Tomato get the trade.
He actually can't commit
He's
for
not
it.
going to be able to do so. First blood and nothing to be found in return. Alliance.
And as you mentioned, very low on regen, so Tomato even has to be careful walking up the wave here versus S4. As will take tons of caustic damage. Immediately stunning the creeps. Up.
Right, beast.
Saberlight.
Your loyalty will be rewarded.
So usually I think with, if it was a Legion plus a ranged hero versus Nico Baby, he'd be struggling, of course, a lot more. But the fact that he has an Earthshaker, that's where I feel like Lifesteal would thrive a lot better versus Commander. He can just, he trades back and no one else is hitting him. So he just gets the extra system back.
He does.
No, you don't.
3 cores of Alliance. Hot start here.
Both waves into the camp. Some of the creeps will just say, I don't want to be there. They walk away, but...
You're dead. Done in terms.
Dying's already started getting these stacks started. Hard camp stack on the right side, hard camp stack on the left side. Enable the cores as a limp. The haste. Can't chase blue enough. Try. Oh, he has backup coming in, but I see Dubu as well as the lead in the area.
Power to bring down Moon.
Now this is the nice thing that you can do about Lifestealers when you are playing versus Legion is leave him. He can just hold his ground versus now at this point. Phase boots, double passives. And then we'll see what FNG does with his movements. Scout out some stacks, block some camps, whatnot on this. Block the heart, the ancient.
You can get diving onto
They might be able
Saberlight.
to.
Very low. And
They're gonna get him. Overvenom slow plus this Ghoul Frenzy.
What the hell?
very, very nice there for Nico Baby.
And that's, I mean, FNG buying Overvenom early on. Paying dividends for sure too. Very cool.
And over to the
And
side.
look at him go.
Limp. He's set up on a Moon.
Radiant structures are
Charges. That
fortified.
will save Moon. Moon's able to get away and get out of there. Yeah, free farmer.
Radiant should look to the
Kill
top
and
tower.
fair amount of tower damage being done just 7 minutes in up top.
Still in the area too. Saberlight's coming back, but Limp and FNG are here. They might have to bring another one.
Dubu in the neighborhood.
They're gonna commit for Saberlight.
They are. Just come into this EMP down. Maybe taking tower hits though. Have to be a bit cautious.
Okay. I thought they were gonna glyph the wave.
They want to go back in. Horns coming out though. They are rather low. They take down one. Tornado from Limp holds back the chase. They will Get punished there with the horn coming in for Tomatoes. FNG goes down.
Tomato, no funny business. Hunts up, hunts back down immediately after doing. There's efficiency from it. Not sure how much longer he really wants to stay down bottom though, so maybe wants to port away. Ryle. EMP.
Yeah, stepped up for the rune. He's still got the fairy fire and a ball. Judge tries to dodge the glimpse back. In fact, the uphill miss, he's going to be able to live. Gets the sound off the tornado, also dodge. Brow steps to the side. Get away there.
Saberlight just keeps trying to go back up there, just can't. Now we see S4 farming an ancient stack. We saw him do this on his way toward Blink. Great early start. Alliance 2. Otto's getting good farm, but
yeah, everyone's carrying. Right hero to do it, as long as
he's gonna need. I feel like he's gonna actually need to carry pretty hard because they're gonna Blink so early on Sand King. Invoker already automatically makes your team get on top of Lina because he cold snaps and tornadoes, so you can. So, does feel like it's gonna be a pretty uphill battle for Undying. Top tower, very early on. So now they have easier access also into triangle. If Nico maybe wants to like peek his head in there, check out if there's any stacks. There is a. I imagine Bryle's gonna go there.
Seeks resolution.
Finds us in.
farming these stats, quite a few around it. Maybe farming as deep. Well, I'll head back to the safety of his map. Done.
Money to burn.
Benji jungling the enemy side. Sure, nothing else happening, so. Well, while his Sand King finishes up Blink Dagger, and S4's pretty much got it.
I'll take
that
it.
bounty he does. Very early. One of the earlier Blink Daggers I've seen. With boots, Ring of Health, Soul Ring, Fluttering Blade. He is rich.
Insane. Oh. Very good start in the last game as well.
Dire's bottom tower is in
Man, hitting the creeps. Yes, 9.5 minutes in. Top net worth, nearly by a clear 1,000.
Motto has to just ditch out this lane. I don't think he can be down here. He'll die. He'll die to an epi burrow with this. Mid.
Oh.
Actually walking right at
Oh,
Motto.
oh. Tornado's off the mark though.
That was very off the mark.
Now FNG might pay the price. And back around in onto the tide. Moon is dying.
It's a tanky tide.
It's a little bit of an awkward duel. They won't get the bonus damage. Will they actually get the kill? FNG does still end up going down.
middle tower is under attack.
For one trade. One S4. It looks like you try and make the move with the epicenter. Enough damage. Have enough here with the Boris striking the sandstorm with Liv stepping over. They certainly will. Cold snap. Zubu cannot get out of the sandstorm.
Bounty.
Radiant's bottom tower is in danger.
Good deep aggressive vision too. I think they're realizing they're good early timing here. Aggressive wards gonna be able to keep capitalizing and keep early aggressive moves to hunt the Spectre.
Radiant's bottom
Nowhere near a
tower
Blink
is in
Dagger.
danger.
If they can keep applying this pressure on these lanes, it's gonna be hard for whatever to find. He's got the tome just chilling inside his inventory. Or on Shaker.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Start for both.
Now. Hold this.
Bottom tower
He's coming
is
in from Saberlight. Limp. He's watching from the side.
Hunt's gonna put the third point in the nuke. Okay. That I usually don't see. Usually it's 2-2-1. Glimpse range, his catch is gonna be much weaker. Potentially could have gone for Tomato there.
Saberlight.
Duel. Tornado.
Is able to stop the duel for now. That will give FNG the chance to get the ravage off. Catches the two of them. Will allow them to set it back onto Saberlight. Trade and, well, trade they'll take really. They'll take down the offlane there, Alliance. They only lose the support. And
But though, it is a static
Ravage.
storm and a ravage. It's both of those.
pace of the game right now, sure, why not? Not like Undying's really looking to make much happen at all. Lena's just farming, Spectre trying to farm to get his item.
Haste!
Midas after the urn, not like it. The most of the invokers we saw go straight then into Midas, and I feel like they delayed their Midas too much.
It was your own damn.
Ryle sees him for a second though. Oh, but it doesn't matter.
S4 gets the jump. In with the burrow strike on top of the Lina. Bryle's gone.
Its bottom tower is under
That feels bad too. He sees him revving the epi as soon as the smoke breaks, and he's like, oh no.
Careful there, nice Saberlight. Gonna go for the duel. Does end the backup. Oh,
Son!
oh,
He can't win.
He doesn't get the bonus damage.
He can't win.
Oh, unfortunate Saberlight. 3 times down with these duels, and they just got them in time. The kills not being there.
One hit. Oh, and it's a 5k lead already. There's now going to be a Midas coming out for Limp. This is pretty crazy already for this.
Yeah, I mean, Nico Baby and S4 are just super fun. Bots is pretty close to being done on S4. 13 minutes in, Nico Baby and the full sandwich on top of the arm there. Well, it's heading over, but no duel for 5 seconds, and back.
See ya. Going back in with this. Walking over. S4 and Hanskin in the area. Hanskin maxed the nuke. Holy. So not really many glimpses to what we see, but.
Oh, look at the jump on Saberlight. Balance burn, Static Storm out. They will have the stomp out onto the 3 of them, but Saberlight won't be safe. Separate down to S4, Slam as well, they'll kill the Sankey.
structures are fortified.
Holding the tower for him.
Tower is
Oh, but Lions continue for it.
Still a Ravage. Ravage up in a couple of seconds for FNG.
Nico Baby's too low. Away.
Dire should look to their
They did
bottom
fix
tower.
that a little bit. Right.
Dire's
Just put
bottom
space for
tower
Tomato. He was the
is
whole time
under
just
attack.
farming all of the line.
For my master.
He's got 2 components.
So,
More points in his Kraken as well. I like it. Very survival. Dueled and die.
Bounty!
More so, it's obviously a bunch. 50. Most of the Saberlight. Oh, the ward.
it should be a...
What? Splitter. It's off the. Oh, he did not get him into it.
And Splitter's not hitting. They've got,
He won.
He wins the duel.
Now Cryo.
Tries to go for the epicenter, but the dust is already out. Now from the 2-man burst tries to set things up first. Ryle, he's dead. Saberlight, can he get away? Hanskin, he has got a glimpse available. Could drop a ward down and trying to use the... Trying to get that vision.
Level 2 glimpse though. Max the nuke as I was mentioning. Range in that vision.
He got the duel.
How many ults did Luna, Full, plus a Splitter, and when Alliance is back up with the Tidehunter, he still has Ravage, and he's even fought Medallion. He had a Solar Crest, dude, then he's gonna have a Steroid for the Lifesteal is gonna have double Steroids plus Gush on his team. Really nice. Vector doesn't really have much of anything. Press the attack, but he's not the most...
At this stage, even with the Commander is going to be in mode rather than straight kill mode. We have a duel.
Another one, but the unsuccessful one is now.
In trouble for the Saberlight? Dom trying to hold them back, but Alliance don't get caught from it. Effing trying to head in.
Limb's connecting with an Infest.
Bounty!
By Tomato. They bring down the Spectre Cold Snap. Have damage though, they don't. By the looks of it. Oh, the glimpse that.
Glimpse, though.
Gets it back over, and that will catch him.
Oh.
Hanskin drags him back in range, and that tempted Fisher to save him from Moon doesn't end up doing the job there as they bring him straight back over.
And they instant smoke. They're looking for another play, perhaps. Epi's still on cooldown, but Ravage is still ready. They just want to keep playing fast.
Dire's bottom tower is in danger.
Top, alacrity the catapult. Saberlight trying to get into the duel.
And they have it.
Oh, what an angle.
There. Fisher comes in. Saberlight's able to wrap around through the trees and limp.
To their middle
Just
tower.
hitting the tower was not ready for that whatsoever.
Maybe playing a little overconfident as Owen. Oh no, the Midas.
Light stunning. The armlet ready for the next one, so.
And I guess he felt safe because his team was all on the right side next to him, and there is like a million sentries in the area, so he's like, there's no vision over there. Like, he's just gonna walk up blindly to go. Very successful one. Not slowing down Nico Baby though. Look at him go. 1,212 the Spectre. Gonna have really good timing on that Deso after that change as well too. And these are this in for like a long time, for like all time of Dota, is Lifestealer versus Spectre. Lifestealer has very good timing first. You eat him alive. You do like heal, you stick on him very easy, and you hit hard.
Way out.
You've
Good
been
risk.
disrupted.
Stuff. FNG.
The catch on a mid. Happy's dropped there.
Radiant's middle tower is
Another
under
initiation. They'll now start to move. What's the top? I mean, what's the Deso's guns? Do you think they'll go straight towards Roche? Can they just walk into the pit and take it in Alliance with this lineup?
A little bit harder this time around because of Shaker, ET, Spectre. Easy ways to get information there. Maybe they'll have to get a kill first and walk in, but they do kill it.
Well, FNG's neighbor light.
The Ags is ready on Spectre, so Alliance better be ready for the heat to turn up.
FNG, he's been caught.
Cast the
Another nice sneaky movement there from Saberlight coming in from the trees.
And now they know, right? Now they know that that Ags is online for Spectre, so now I think for Alliance it's going to be more about playing together. At least with like 2-3 heroes just playing kind of buddy system. I think Limp can maybe play a bit more on his own still. He has the boots to travel, but yeah, they have to play more together so that they don't just get picked off now because Shadow Step in a duel.
Dire are scanning for enemies.
Where are the map? By the fact they have this wall. Duel.
Radiant's bottom tower is in danger.
Dying, step up.
Dire's top tower
Blink
is
on
under
Moon
attack.
Meander still. Very poor. 19 minutes and he still isn't 500 away. That is. Start here. Nearly 27,000 gold. Efficiency from Alliance way higher. It's map control too. Look, they pushed all 3 towers. And Dying has barely even touched the tower. Limp. Shadow Step. Quick tornado.
I'll take your tribute.
More space for Nico, baby.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Saberlighter is
Okay,
already
I
calling
mean-
it. Saberlight knows that they're gonna go for it. With
Yeah,
Undying, with Gush and everything, I think
They
Undying's
can
gonna be
fight
able to
this.
fight this.
Yeah, this is
They've got
definitely a
Haunt.
little spooky.
Is running out of the base right now.
Okay. So Alliance, they back out with smoke. What's the Roche pit? S4's ready to. Start things up on Dubik. The counterplay coming in though. Dubik does go down. Lovely line on the tornado there, catching the two of them. Ravage as well onto Saberlight. Will allow Nico to get the second kill.
But he goes down.
Bursted down there. Brawl standing his position here, popping the BKB. Will hit back and hit back hard. 2 dead on Alliance. Handscan also going to be run down here by Tomato and Brawl. Get the glimpse up onto Brawl, but Tomato and Moon will stay on target. 3 dead on Alliance as Undying are prepared to fight back.
Bryle in perfect position, and we're absolutely seeing why they do want to. First 2 grabbing it every time, just sits back, waits till Lifestealer shows. Full auto attack. So looking at this fight recap, 31-64 for the lead. BKB to dodge the Ravage. Maybe a little ambitious with the timing that he did initially, but ends up getting the
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Fight.
Yeah. And they still will have Echo Slam for the next fight. Moon now level 13. At least
And now
his
with
Echo
the blink?
Slam. His Echo Slam will be level 2, so lower. Go, Lucrest. Why gonna be going next?
One of 5.
He's getting a
I
lot.
think he usually carries the games
Yep.
if he's in this sort of position. I feel like he's gotten through the tough bit of the game.
And he is going for this Orchid build, which
Yeah,
is very
Orchid.
useful versus Nico Berg actually went Halberd. Oh, I thought I did see that. Status resist will help a little bit versus the silence, but this Orchid, the timing that Motto is going to have on it, is very impactful.
To know Dire's whereabouts.
Both the Invoker and the Lifestealer. Limp is about to finish BKB though. Good.
For Limp the most.
Yeah.
Still gonna have to walk in, but they have good stuns to set up Bishop and Light Strike. Buy time for Saberlight to charge in and get the duel off.
Saberlight will soon start becoming.
Man turn. That.
Fire than blood. Luck support. Die.
Dire's
item.
middle tower is under attack.
Money to burn.
They're hunting. Waiting.
Or
Dire.
head down FNG.
FNG. Oh. Rush.
Hang on. They trapped him in.
He's trapped.
Oh, they have Moonlight. Gets the angle.
Oh, the dagger actually. Hanskin as well. Third on top of it. Missing out. Tier 1.
Dire structures are fortified.
Wow, he has BKB.
Trying to get on top of him. And
Oh, nice press. Not using speed. Nico Baby with an early rage running in.
on a bra, but still hard to get in, as you say, with the rage already used.
And Saberlight, he's got the shard now, so these constant pressy attacks will be problematic.
They're coming in. They're in on top of Hanskin. Light Strike Ray comes down as well. That's going to be Hanskin going down. Over on the side. S4's trying to jump in.
He's too deep.
But there's nothing else to back him up. S4 going to be left behind. Lions starting to get shaken up again in these mid-game fights. It's sort of a similar sort of timing that they struggled with in the first game.
And that wasn't really big commitment at all either from Undying. They haven't really used any big ultimates.
Fun and balanced game.
While on it, tanking, yep. S4 just went in with the Epi. His team not ready to go in. Fast already, it raged and ran out.
Oh, look at this.
Dying, another one.
Duel and a jump in for Tomato. I mean, Saberlight, he may have struggled to get the duels early on, but now the damage is racking up. 70 plus damage now. Almost, it's just going to keep doing it. I mean, it's just, well, how do you stop this from happening to you? Alliance just have to keep.
Alliance have to be the ones.
Grouped, or?
They have to be the ones to make the first move. Once they start getting behind, this is one of the always the fears too as the disruptor lineups. Is once you start getting behind, you start getting ran at. You're never getting the catching play. You're never getting these itemization so far by. Perfect. It's just it's a BKB Lina, so it's hard to always take the fights versus her. Got that. She's got the press, the attack shard, mini BKB, and then Haunt just always starts the fight. So they always just know what everything is.
Dire's top
a bit
tower
complicated
is under
alliance.
attack.
Lifestealer's still top in net worth, but very soon to be passed by both cores. FNG needs. They need double initiate. I don't think the Sanking's enough. getting he's close to about 6. But they're gonna need to do some explosive initiatives. I think it actually might have to be Infest most of the time, or Nico Baby just has to be in a. He has to be there. Follow up.
Gold from my forge.
Limp is gonna be going for Ags as he's. Maxed out. Wex. That'll be good follow up.
They will have that combo. Set up with the Ravage. Jets will find the I know they're into the pit. They're going to take this very quickly.
Lions have a lot of control in the map. There's a ward already on the high ground. And without even the Spectre being there, Tomato's still just bottom.
Immortality.
Catch here.
As far as he gonna...
He wants to go on Tomato. He does not know the whole team is there.
All backed up behind Tomato.
They know he's there.
S4's gonna go.
He's getting baited.
Going in, they're baited indeed, and now they're looking to turn
so
the fingers
baited.
out. They get the duel off, and they get the damage. More plus damage for Saberlight into the trees as well. I mean, Undying, they've just been setting these traps as we saw last game, and Alliance were falling for them. Game 2, they're falling for them again.
Yep, great reads of the map. They were so patient waiting there inside of the tree line, waiting for S4 to go and just instant counter initiate. Yeah, it really is just great map reads. And now DD top. Moonmeander's got his blink. He's looking to catch more. Yeah, go.
Tomato jumps over, Limp's gone.
Okay.
Oh, Alliance, they're crumbling. And this time round, we saw, you know, last game, they were able to recover from the crumble by having Nico Baby on something, you know, like this gyro buffed up by Naya. I don't think a Lifesteal is going to have that same sort of turnaround potential to,
I do not think so.
to hit back.
He's no longer top net worth. Game is. How many sequence? Look at the graph. Like, that kind of tells the story of it all. From 20 minutes onward, it's just been
What's the graph? It's F8, isn't it?
Oh,
hang on, I can. There we go.
Don't click F9.
I don't want to press
the game.
I don't want to pause it.
Oh yeah, look at that. Ever since the 20-minute mark, pretty much, honestly, as soon as they got the shard on the Legion commander, the shard on the Legion and the BKBs finished up, there's just so many different ways to protect Bryle. And then Tomato's just playing on the opposite side, and they always get the initiation and the jump.
Dire are scanning for enemies.
I can stand at it.
Oh, for Saberlight's really good.
Extra procs, more plus magic attack.
The silence is, I mean, that item is silence.
Oh, and look at him go. He's in.
It's
on
quick.
the limb, the backup's there. And now he's going to start charging down another, maybe get some hits and onto Hanscan. He might die for this.
He has a
one,
press.
Saberlight.
He's got a press TP. He's gone down.
He is. S4 power strikes there. They get the kill. Hey, he got more damage.
Sure
Whatever. Causes distraction. 4 heroes have to come up there for him. Limp's dead.
And
He's happy with the work done there.
Yep, and it was Infest. I mean, Infest I won't count it. That's a low. But it was Static Storm and it was an Epicenter. Undying, they're gonna have everything up in a second here. They always have one. It's always up because of Shadow Step. And look, being a support at this point in the game is miserable. As we said, once the Manta comes out, you're just dead to a Shadow Step. You're dead every 30 seconds if you show on the map.
Dire's bottom tower is no more.
I agree, Moon.
I mean,
that's a good voice line right there for the Spectre jumping in. The Aghanim is over.
Yeah, and I see these Spectre performances from Sparta, and I feel like he might have to just ban Sparta Spectre. Like, it seems like such a solid character performance every time for Tomato, and just
Bryle, like Bryle's Lena's another.
Yeah, Bryle's Lena.
They're too comfortable on it. Alliance have, literally last 11 minutes they haven't gotten a single. They've gotten some like random kills onto like the Legion commander and stuff like that. It's been all Undying with beautiful map reads, good vision, and just playing around it. Monster now.
Look at the top. Trying to hunt down Lim. They have got the dust.
That was a real haunt.
Dota 2 is a fun and balanced game.
And there's the Bloodthorn. So now we saw those illusions before. They are even stronger versus those poor supports as they're all going to be critting. And then if you look at the talent, when we get 25, he doesn't quite have it yet, but plus 32% haunt illusion damage works. on your shadow step. So your shadow step haunts goes to 112%.
Seeing as well, you know, Undying can move around pretty split across the map because Alliance is just, as soon as they see any member of Undying right now, they're just so scared because they know how easy it is for Undying to just have this backup arrive in the fight.
They almost instantly just have 3 heroes there. The Spectre and the Lina.
Straight in. Onto Hanscan. The Infest comes out trying to keep Hanscan alive, but there's the duel. Saberlight locks him down, takes him out.
140 damage on Saberlight.
Honestly, I said, I really feel Saberlight's the definition of an offlaner. Just early game, not great, but then he picks it up big time each and every time.
Playmaker, that's what I always like to see, is Cataclysm gets committed onto Saberlight, they'll get him.
Not talking him up, as usually is the case.
But that is a Cataclysm. Well, I mean, it's like what? Be up again in one.
Rylan,
There's Soul.
Tomato. What are you going to do against them?
Money to
And he already has MKB.
What are you going to do?
He's already got the True Strike after that Silver Edge. Also, Silver Edge is also one of the better items versus Lifestealer because you are a double passive. And no. And, oh no, and he appied as well.
Whoa, wait, whoa.
You talking to me?
I should camera off that. Not bad.
And now Nico, baby.
Oh, no. Well.
What a punk.
That was... No, that's not... No.
Ooh, this accelerated very quickly.
Okay.
Oh boy. And now look at the Spectre on Limp. I mean, Limp will be okay, but you just need to run from illusions.
Well, that was...
Yeah.
Not a great moment there for Alliance that last minute.
That was painful.
Yeah.
Dying. Top tower is under
Very
attack.
comfortable right now, I can imagine. I think they're having a great time. You saw the tips coming out from them there. They know it.
Dying's top tower has fallen.
Probably no coming back in this game for Alliance.
No, most likely not. And that 7k lead actually feels more like a 17k or 20k lead. It doesn't feel like they can get... Oh, yep. Ravage as well as Epi.
Yeah.
Now they don't even have time. Like when Tide respawns, so that's 70 seconds. They can't do anything. All lanes pushing in. Game is grim as...
He's out.
He's gone. Good old Shadow Step. And they're about to hit 25 on both. Yeah. Bryle has actually gotten it.
32% horn damage.
It's so much damage.
Gem on him as well, so Glimmer ain't gonna do much.
He's actually just going Moonshard.
Yeah, he just wants to kill. I mean, nowadays with attack speed working for your illusions, it's one of the best things to buff up.
I think the Basher was a lot more valuable for it, but you know what, whatever. I think he's just starting to have a little bit of fun in the game.
But you know, illusions can't bash.
Okay, fair.
But illusions can hit faster.
Okay.
So, you know, he's thinking about the duck in and the duck out.
Yep. I mean, what at this point, he's so big.
He's gonna have both before you know it.
Alliance.
Here we go.
This could be one of the last hurrahs for them.
No Ravage though.
Oh my God!
He just
5-man fissure, 5-man aftershock, and
yeah. It's not been a pretty ending to the game here for Alliance.
No.
That was, I think that was a 5-man Fissure.
I believe it was.
I think Kraken sort of saved FNG, but that's Moon just laying down the Fissure.
Again with the vision too.
And,
like they just had placed the ward down, smoke breaks, they see everybody, Moon just lands them.
Up the base they go.
That's the game. Like 50 seconds.
Probably is.
He just spent his gold. He just bought a full AC right before that, and he died instantly.
That's one set. Let's see, Nine want to take it nice and slow, but they will go for the racks here to clean up before trying to force the end.
Dying's top tower is under attack.
They have one more fight in them. They have all their ultimates, but it has to be something completely incredible. As Undying are just so far ahead. I mean, this feels like one of those games where the net worth doesn't quite show how far ahead they are.
Yeah.
Tomato.
My lord. Yeah, things, like we said, since the 20-minute mark, 16 minutes of brutal beatdown onto Alliance. And it's just been game plan. It's really just been really good preparation, it seemed like, from Undying. Just really understanding reads of the map, understanding timings, and just waiting for it. They waited for the Spectre to get that timing of the Agnes, waited for him to get the Orchid, and then they just found all the great pickoffs. And that read bottom was... EA just, they wait, they bait the Sand King.
Oh, he's got
for it. Ravage.
Ravage. Ryle is taken out. Saberlight as well. Alliance. They do more with this. They're over the Moon. Cold snaps out. Moon set himself up in the air with the Yules, but Alliance are waiting for him on the way back down. Alliance. They have managed to find a pretty sizable turn here with the 3 kills they pick up.
And Roche is up.
To Roche.
They have buybacks. Undying all does have buybacks.
All right, it ain't over yet, folks.
But it is for Hunskin. As he dies inside the base again, can't do anything. Now the buybacks, as we mentioned, for 1. Haunt is back up in 2 seconds.
Okay, so Lance got to be careful now. Still trying to finish this Roche.
Oh, he whipped!
No, he whipped!
On the floor!
Oh no! And for Moon, out for 100. I think was it your FNG's illusion just gave him a tap?
I think so, yeah. I don't know. It was an illusion tap or a sandstorm tap or something. And now they get a Roche. Woo!
Okay, well, definitely seen it all, ladies and gentlemen, in this game.
This series has its ups and downs.
Yeah. Some crazy stuff here.
But finally, Alliance is able to land a combo, right? Like it's been 20 minutes since they haven't lived though. Lip!
Run!
That was hot.
Dude, this Penta Edge sword also with the illusions, the attack range on the illusions with the moonshine, hitting him from so far away. Never light. He hurts.
Still.
Oh, I actually love that. With the blast rig, it forces them to attack you, so it does 300 instant damage onto them too as a Legion. That's pretty cool little mini combo. I haven't really...
This will do nicely.
You have the Eon disc as well.
It is all about the boom wombo combo right now for Alliance, right?
Sure, I guess making sure that he can live to sort of lock down the cores.
Same thing Cryo. Cryo's got an Aeon too. Look, Aeon disc. And a pop. And he disengaged though. Tomato's here.
Got the backup, Bra. Heading into Nico Baby. Nico Baby trying to stand up against Bra, but Bra's out to the side. Now Nico Baby's got to be running. He's trying to get out of there. The Aegis will be taken out of it. Dying to go for another round. S4's in with the burst strike over towards Tomato, but Bra punches into S4. S4 goes down. Nico Baby jump forward for table like they've got the duel. Not quite providing the help here. Bra and Tomato, they don't want to go in there.
He gave him the duel. 30 damage.
Over to the side, Burrow Strike comes in, but already Tomato's jumped back out, and Tomato, he's out there, so doesn't want a part of this fight.
Right, now Nico Baby has 4,400 gold out of nowhere. Full Scotty. Up for him shortly. Signs of life still for Alliance.
There certainly is. There may be 2 sets of racks down, and suffering with a few blunders in the mid-game. Still holding on in the same sort of fashion that they were last game.
Okay. Going still a little bit safer. That moon shard. Where's the gem? Did he put it back somewhere? Give it the dupe.
Gem on Moon.
It is on Moon, okay. So he did pass it over. Does mean that inside the fight he's gonna have to carry a dust.
Oh, look at this jump on! They're going into the high ground, they get a 3-man Ravage. Now look towards Timber first, but now Tomato comes out with the jump straight over towards FNG. FNG goes down. Also S4 dying underneath the tier 3.
Oh, that was very deep as they don't have buyback.
And they're trying to run Nico Baby's going for the TP out. He's fine. They can just stop it through the rage and Limb. And they catch him, Fisher. He has to gap close.
Close. They do have another blink up in 3. Definitely Blast to push him back. 2.
Can he find?
Stabilite's here too.
He is. The Fisher, Limb is in trouble. They managed to catch him as Limb.
Oh!
No deal for Saberlight though, thanks to the neutral.
Even Gaben's trolling him.
Doesn't get the damage there.
He bought Boots of Travel, I think, for that play, so he could Boots of Travel up to cut him off. Saberlight's inventory looks very funny. Travel Soul Ring, Armlet Blink does not look like Ender one. That Ravage just a little bit too deep.
I mean, they were diving in. They still had the tier 2 up at the time. They went straight in for sort of the surprise play. I appreciate, you know, the attempt there. It's always great to see that sort of risk taken, but a risk that did not pay off in this situation is now have been forced to buy back on Limb.
And we do see Nico, baby. He's actually opted to go for a BKB. I think he's just afraid of that Bloodthorn a lot. So instead of going for Scotty as a secondary form of himself.
Aware of maybe Undying looking to jump the high ground.
Dire's bottom tower is under.
Ravage 50. Showing himself. Gets caught by the storm.
Gotta be careful. The illusion.
Oh, that's Glimmer.
Glimmer?
They got the
see
duel.
it?
Now they catch him, bring him back. Cataclysm comes
Careful.
but it's going to be completely dodged.
Oh, and they need that. They need all the damage they can get. A Cataclysm whipping is quite problematic. Initial stun.
Get out with the rage in time. S4 jumps forward. Just set up on the Bravo. Bravo's got the BKB. Just turns around, takes out S4. S4's gone. No buyback on the Sand King. He has got his buyback. Ravage up in 5. They'll take the range racks and they'll back off.
Go for Bam Braces. Wow, we're a get vision.
Blessings upon a loyal warrior.
Still a couple of heroes though. Area. And as I say that, they find one of those heroes. It is, of course, UIW rather. Trying to cook you half away. They're not going to let them know though. They've got the least lead.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Next wave is going to
Its top tower is under attack.
got BKB. Oh, they even scanned.
He seems so scared, dude. I don't know if he shows. Pressure is on this tier 2.
My sprites are with us.
Melts.
Of course, the familiars get the Luna Aura too. Reap, so 5 damage per hit. Normally, what you get when you be pretty close to Axe, who's gonna have 3 birds here. Build in short.
Finding DY. Fast, but they have that EMP and the final hit from Ti10-Og will seal DY's fate.
Invoker very good against. So, like I said, most ETs are buying Veil right now. A lot of disables don't do like that much disable. Like stuns only last a short period of time, but Cold Snap just keeps on. So very easy for Invoker to guarantee those. Brief period of farming here. Visage 1,000 gold away from the Ags. Manta and Shard. Because they lost that earlier push, I like how quickly they changed gears back into like a normal. It's like a lot of times those mistakes happen, they cascade. It feels like that's the big one. And while it did limit LGD's momentum, I think they've done like a comfortable amount of accelerating but playing safe.
This is a big pickup though for Poyoyo. He has complete skirmish a bit more. Smoke on smoke action. High ground. Below, looks like wrapping motion. Map. Spot out that a creep has been changed, so they're suspicious.
It's a great way to push. Click it down.
It was so busted at one point, like it did.
It still does. Well, it used to do like 90. I think it's a little bit less, but yeah, it's still very good. Play the high ground, nothing to say. He's going to be the liner. He doesn't have BKB yet, but he's Rexing it. He does bring a smoke. Make to be able to. Better for him than Chantress sitting at the other dangerous. Look at this wrap. It's so far, but it just might work. They're going to see Ame. Can they catch him in time?
Oh, no! The BKB and the Earth Splitter for naught!
Tower is under attack.
Trees, dude. The trees are what hurt him there. The vision from where Tide was standing.
They got the courier though.
Okay, they got the shard. It's something.
It's a
but
consolation prize, but they got it.
it's not worth a Ravage and a Mortimer's Kisses. I mean,
not.
they got a BKB out of it, but it was rough. Normally when you're smoked at daytime, you're going to see him before they see you, but there was trees in the way briefly, so Tide kept moving, and all of a sudden it was like, oh shit, there he is. And then he reacted just a little bit slow. If he blinks from smoke to Ravage, much higher chance that Ame gets Ravage there. And then that actually opens up the opportunity. But well done by Ame to react. And now Vichi's going to be off the map for a while.
That hurts so badly. Imagine if they do manage to secure that.
Would have been a big kill if they could get map control, push out lanes a bit more.
More time to fly. Not doing as poorly as he did before. In fact, he's starting to catch up, but the Luna, it's the natural way of how she lives.
Dire structures are fortified.
The old 0-2-0 Clink still has very high net worth. The power of Burning Barrage. Across the map.
Ags is completed though, 150 yen.
He hasn't used any quad stomp.
Look. Bit of an engagement going on. EMP. Old 11 jumped forward, but they'll lose quickly now.
It's alright.
The Echo Stomp. Engage on the side of each game.
So this just makes the map pressure from before their gank was very reliant on Earth. He's been doing a great job following where he thinks, spotting him and forcing him to walk away. Less efficient. It's better for support to do that. But now with the threat that 50 will be able to beat their invis or find these kills with Dust is a huge threat.
They faced off.
Quincy Crew's turn to pick.
It is Radiant spam.
Lycan.
Ghostman at Quincy Crew, I think, are sort of around that same level, so.
This is where we're going to decide a lot of. Either team can win, but if either one gets a decisive 2-0, there's a decent chance that they're going to be able to battle it out amongst that Beast Coast Fnatic era.
Yes.
For that last upper bracket spot. That's what it feels like we're playing.
Very interesting. Secret, you would think, are probably pretty close to having that last slot as well. But Secret, they still have to play against Vici as well, who've looked strong. And then Secret, they dropped those 2 games to Beast. So even their slot,
it's not guaranteed.
5 seconds.
No, so really we kind of have 2 slots up for grabs still. Really.
Right, exactly. Elephant went one. Elephant went one. Secret, and then Secret was able to take 1 game off of LGD, which nobody else has been able. So that's the big win that they have, but of course the O2 sort of cancels that out. By and large, the biggest thing here is that the matchup is just everything's still to be decided. Everything's up in the air, and realistically, anybody can get upper bracket. I think even SG at this point, they're playing. I mean, that might be a little bit too, because they've played some of the worst.
10 seconds.
They haven't played the LGD, but they have played Secret.
5 seconds.
I think it'd be pretty hard for SG to get upper bracket, but it's not outside of the possibility.
I'll tell you one thing. Don't tell the other North American guys. So is that a strange opinion? I feel like Team Spirit are just they're a terrifying unit. And I know that they've lost to their series, but when I watched them versus Elephant, I was like, these are the guys that I saw in the DPC. They're bringing that here right now. And if they can keep that momentum upwards, I could seriously see them going the rest of their game.
Yeah, and I think that not only are they the type of team that has so the way that I think about them is that they have a very high ceiling and very low. You go either way with them.
5 seconds.
Sounds like Quincy.
Yeah, exactly. It's the exact same thing. And that's why I felt like Group B was stronger, because the highest highs that these teams in, like Team Spirit,
okay, all right,
I could see them getting top 8 very easily.
Right.
Things need to break right for them. Things need well, but it could happen. Crew, I could see top 6 for them. Both of these could also go out in the first day of the main stage. And I wouldn't be terribly surprised if it happened. Just because of how back and forth it can be.
It's a volatile format.
Right. I will say that I think that Quincy's ceiling is higher than Spirit.
10 seconds.
But
I don't know if I'd agree with.
Really?
Spirit have the anime power. They did a run in at the
5
major.
seconds
You're
You're
remaining.
forgetting.
I'm not an anime fan.
Neither am
I
I,
just
but I
outed
saw the
myself.
run. I knew what it was.
It's true. That was
You
good.
know, that major was the most education of anime I've ever had in my entire life.
Fair point. Not even Dota has educated itself.
All I see is the profile picture.
So the other thing that I'll mention here,
Dyer's turn to ban.
that crew, worse. The matchups that I saw last night with them from Fnatic, very disappointing. There were a couple of matchups in the LGD game where it felt like the draft was good and things were solid and they could have won it. It was like a San AA opening or something like that, and it didn't happen.
Why are we taking?
5 seconds.
Are they going to take Tiny? That must be this.
Dyer
There,
must
and they have the wolf.
choose.
All right, they're taking Tiny, right? Surely.
Radiant's turn to pick.
This is also a change order. They do take it now.
Everyone breathe.
I feel like this was the exact same open saw though from a Quincy crew draft where they did Clockwork, Snapfire, and then I think maybe it was some other hero that was in there as well. But this combo is something done and are opting to give it up now. Opting for the like in our shape.
5 seconds.
What's the liking combo going to be? I mean, the reason why the Tiny clearly comes to mind is that we've so many teams. Buddy.
I'm not sure what that is. Like, War's hero pool, I feel like a lot of them got nerfed.
Yeah.
A lot of the heroes that he was.
Radiant's
I'm not
turn
sure
to
exactly
pick.
where to
In
go
the
with him now.
spirit.
This is a Quinn hero though.
The way they play the DP, in my eyes, when I watch them, was I always considered the idea of they just want everyone to be able to do something all the time. They don't like this whole like go off and farm the whole time.
10 seconds remain.
Like join for tower pushes, not necessarily farm you know the quad stack of ancient.
And that is a lot more.
And, well, and a lot of those heroes did get nerfed, like the Jug. That was like a staple for them for quite a long time.
Winter Wyvern.
I like this though. I think this is an LOA most likely win. Is that
Yeah.
how you look?
That would be the guess. I mean, there's obviously
10 seconds. It is Radiant's ban.
theoretically.
Night Stalker.
All right, then I'll go too crazy with it. Well, I guess we'll see. Maybe last we might get a Necro. The Ember, the next up, and depending on what that last hero is, if it's like a tank hero for Quincy Crew, I could definitely see Necro.
10 seconds remain. 5
Does
seconds.
sort of reveal what the lane stalker clock tiny.
I'm really curious actually about the ban. I'm really happy that Quincy Crew won because I
Yeah.
want to know what Team Spirit think are really good with the wolf fight
Yeah.
outside of Tiny. Because Team Spirit and I, we've been on the same page. Fine, like when I'm considering heroes, they're banning this thing. So I don't think that's a good thing for them. Don't want to be in my. Not the most solid. That probably means that you're only considering the most obvious options possible.
Well,
but that's
they're good
okay.
Options. They want to take out mids that are going to count. Value the Necro. This annoying. I'm sure Quinn knows.
Dyer's turn to ban.
There it is.
I love how this is just like every Ember player's like, I hate. It's unplayable.
Yeah.
And yet it's no one in their pubs is just gonna like, oh yeah, I'll just counter that mid with my Necro
10
post.
seconds
No one wants
remain.
to bust out that guy. He's not the funnest hero without
5 seconds
go up to sight
remain.
somebody, you don't know what's happening.
Radiant's turn to ban.
Thinking about the life. It's weird against the Night Stalker problem. Lifestealer, I think, has been raised a lot. Feels like if you
10 seconds.
Plus, there's already a clockwork too.
5
Magic immune
seconds
also
remain.
being cast from you.
It is Dire's ban.
And a Bat Rider. Okay. No, no. I get a.
I was wondering about. It
Spectre-
doesn't sound good.
10
It doesn't look that good.
seconds remain.
A lot of these shows don't care. Like some supports really hate it when the
5
Hawk's out.
seconds.
Hawk and Snapfire. Out for
Crazy.
Quinn. They could theoretically flex in a few ways that it could.
Radiant's turn to pick.
Fight hero.
Yeah. Yeah,
Not
but
bad.
I'm just.
Oh, I see what you're
You
saying.
know.
Yeah, okay. I don't know. The other options.
10 seconds. 5 seconds
I
remain.
think Quincy, you're just going through the same discussion of just like, huh. We didn't get Tiny. Shocking, I'm
Right.
sure. Obviously, they are
Dire's
taking their
turn to
time.
pick.
Okay. Oh, we saw this bandit earlier. And same with the IO, as well as, you know, a hero that's obviously... Now, it does suffer from some of the same problems, though, that Lifestealer discussed. Juggernaut would have had with that silence. Because
Yeah.
Troll obviously relies a lot on utilizing, like, the
10
debuff and the
seconds
spell, just, like,
remain.
trying to get away and cause you to miss attacks.
5
And you do that,
seconds.
silence. But he always buys BKB.
Wyvern does also have that night vision talent. Sir, for that. I think I'm just thinking
pretty
about
sure
the
it's
vision.
still there, right? It's definitely not there.
No longer.
No, it is gone.
It
No,
might have.
Spearbreaker still is the one to take. But Wyvern's not not allowed.
I guess they can make use of the wolf.
Select your hero. Make the ultimate choice.
Last pick.
Ooh, that's the ultimate counter. Very sad. So what you do in lane... Alright, I stole it.
To
But
it.
what you do is you level reflection instead, because copying the light, the HP.
All right, that sounds cool.
Yeah, it's like super easy. You don't even take meta, because as he said, because meta's really bad now. See if Yatoro does it.
Well, a lot on the line here. Again, we talked about what potentially could happen at this stage. The biggest thing to keep now, these are tied for the bottom of the group. A 1-1 series finish for
10
both of them
seconds.
doesn't feel that good.
No, still just in the question mark at
5
that point.
seconds
Exactly, and then
remain.
it's probably going to come down to tiebreakers groups. But likewise, if you lose 0-2, it's real bad. Battling. Regardless, we'll see what ends up happening. Game number 1 on the way. Eastern Europe versus America.
I see a game. They could just get like total chaos mode, run at you, and they have so many cool combos in between. There's everyone kind of combos with the cogs in a certain way, right? You have like your toss plays that go with it. You have the cookie plays. You have the Night Stalker who can just like fly over top of them. So even though it's his ally, he doesn't have to worry about it. It's some frightening stuff.
It definitely is. And then on the other side for Quincy Crew, the goals are big team fight ultimate. Wyvern got in this situation, what,
Oh, man.
4 melee heroes?
Yeah, that part's nice.
That could be pretty solid. You got-
Honestly, it's kind of like 5, even with. I mean,
Yeah.
like pretty close.
It's true. And then on top of that, you've got the follow up there with the Earthshaker. If you can make. Could be pretty good there. And then the biggest thing is going to be, can Quinn have a game? Ember, he's going to need to get into a beat, potential damage coming. But I think that if he can sort of be a little bit more free, run in, be the first person to start acting up and getting some action in, everything sort of coming out from that. And then Spirit, just lock down Quinn, kill Quinn. You get the Callahan, he's done.
I would rather have good luck have F. Type that really.
Honestly, I'm really impressed.
你这么菜，你的队友不会生气吧，哥哥？
Yeah, yeah.
Very. What a great voice line. It is going to be a run on out, smoke up from start this game. Feral Wolves.
No, we talked a lot about support 5 o'clock, but we've also talked a lot about vision. You know, I heard some in their streams also talking about support vision. It feels like we're all coming to the same conclusion, but it feels like having supports with the vision is really awesome. The Clockwork position 5 clearly going to offer that flair, and you're versus your favorite hero, Earthshaker.
Oh,
Nothing
yeah.
better than countering an Earthshaker. Clockwork, okay. Flare, but the Lycan Wolf. So really sneaky Lycan
30 seconds
will
to
also
battle.
follow you as Clockwork, even during a team fight. And if they're really able to, they'll micro it, right? So it blocks your hook shot. Very annoying.
Yeah, and that is one thing with the Clockwork. Follow-up is sort of weird, right? It's not hard lockdown. These are really good this game. As long as Clockwork is... Who is running in to try and sneak away the bounty rune right down from Leslau. Gets there, a little quick on it.
Yeah.
Nicely played.
He didn't even take a spell. He didn't even like force the cogs purchase or skill up there.
Purchase with levels.
Yeah,
Stuff, dude.
I'm ready, guys. Series number 2.
There it is, right on top of it. But yeah, it's going to be a run in there and sneak. But that sets up for bounty runes. Oh, they're not going to get him. Wait, maybe Leslau moving in. He's trying to get the... This is the most important body block of Leslau's life right now, but they will get the fissure block off. MSS. That's sick. That's good. It's like, you thought you were good. Okay.
Yeah. So, you know, he's a fan. He knows the
Took meta. Went for it immediately.
I think it might be a level 1 play.
Okay.
We'll see how many points it takes from reflect.
As we see the movement over body blocks on top side of the lane, have access to that pull right away. Did let the other camp spawn though, so Quincy will have access to their pull. Frustration of Clockwork, who does have boots ready, and MSS can have to pull that second wave.
Oh,
it's a lot of damage.
It's okay. It's level 1 though, so the damage is, you know, what's gonna happen to you. Creeps.
Oh God, that feels so bad.
Problems abound.
Jeez.
I got 1, guys.
I mean, getting 1 is important at least. You're gonna be able to
so
bad have it connect.
Gotta be able to make it down.
1 is something. Like your shaker versus block.
Yes,
Can't
it's
ask for
on
much.
the bottom part of.
Could have just not said. Right.
And then you won't be.
Ten seconds remain. 5 seconds. Radiant must choose.
Bloodseeker.
Ten seconds. 5 seconds remain. Dire's turn to pick.
Witch Doctor.
Ten seconds remain. 5 seconds. Radiant's turn to ban.
Brewmaster.
Ten seconds. 5 seconds. It is Dire's ban. A legend interrupted. Ten seconds. It is Radiant's ban. Ten seconds remain. Dire's turn to ban.
Play a tinker
Because
because it's going to get banned.
You're,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah,
a genius.
yeah.
I can't really think many more. I'd have to. I think that's like everything he's played. Is
But
Swap in the
all
pool?
of those heroes.
Is
yeah.
Queen of Pain in the pool?
No, they banned it themselves.
They banned it
so
themselves.
Quap's
Oh
gone
man,
as
what
well.
the hell?
So you're gonna have to play something he's not played yet. You said.
I want something that will be giving them tons of magic damage. That's all I want. Like right now, I'm seeing some damage issues on the lineup. Sure, Tiny provides majority of that, but Ember, maybe they are lacking shakers there.
Would you rather oh they banned the void.
That's
They're
what I mean.
banning
They
the
ban,
void
like,
spirit.
every-
What are they picking if they're banning void?
A true warrior never
What doesn't like
rage quits. 10 seconds. 5 seconds.
Not like anything gets shut down by Void Spirit trades well.
Let's go on about it. Is this a good death? Does that?
I mean, I love
the
Death.
Siphon?
I love Death Prophet. I
Silence?
think almost any game is
Yeah.
a good Death Prophet game. I could see it. Yeah, absolutely. Silence is nice. Spirit Siphon is insane. I think
Yeah.
people like constantly over. And it got buffed. Damage might seem insignificant, but I can see that. But they haven't played it.
No,
LGD.
But I mean, every mid plays.
LGD,
not
I
the
think, is the
hardest.
only.
Dire must choose.
Ember Spirit.
They're gonna take.
And they
So I
take
think
it.
that
Yeah,
even
could have
that
been
could even be a steal. for me.
Yeah, sure,
I
sure,
like that a
yeah.
lot. I'm really liking Beast.
And
Fanatics' last pick brings
what
it
about the
back.
good old Invoker, right? He's been left in. EMP seems a little bit nasty for these first heroes, right?
Yeah, Alacrity up on the Tiny too.
Yeah.
Invoker, and then you know what else? You recommend. You said it before. What about OD?
5.
OD used to be the
I don't
super
know,
saw
you said
answer,
it.
but
There was a game where Odia has been picked, I think.
I'm just trying to think of. I can't really think of any more that Chuan's. They've
He
literally all
definitely
gone.
plays Invoker, right? I think that's one.
He did play a Death. Oh my, he did play a Death.
Oh, he did play a Death Prophet.
Oh my goodness. I
All right,
didn't even see
DP
that
or
one.
Invoker?
Ooh.
That's sad.
That is a miserable lane for Ember.
Today.
And that is a lot of
Yeah.
magic damage. But I didn't think they'd
Okay.
be bold enough to pick it because the only team who has picked it.
Well, as you said, he was very limited in his hero pool at Chuan regarding all the bans that were coming out the mids this slot. Well, I'm happy to see this. Always happy to see a Shadow Fiend because it's one of those heroes that's it's a flashy one. You know, either it crushes the game or completely do stuff. So
I don't mind it though, because it does give them a secondary core to scale. But I do think that they lack Timber Saw. I think Shadow Fiend
You
might
don't
have
think
to.
the raises are enough, really?
It could be
At some
enough, but
point,
he
I mean.
can't always be there. That's the thing. Is he can't always just be like, guys, I have to go bottom side of the map. I have to address